At the Pacific's northern edge, Alaska reaches out thousands of miles into the ocean. The 300 islands of the Aleutian chain are known as the cradle of storms.
We gotta get to high ground, possible tsunami.
These rocky shores hold more than 30 active volcanoes. In this ocean wilderness, bears outnumber humans almost 4 to 1.
This isn't no zoo, I can tell you that.
Despite the danger, more than 8,000 people call these islands home.
We're living on the edge of the world, and yet it's incredibly beautiful.
I'm definitely living the Alaskan dream. Nice.
Living and working in some of the most extreme conditions on the planet.
I swear I must be a sadist some days. It's a hard place to operate.
Get the gun.
Weather's terrible. Everything wants to kill you or hurt you.
Holy, he's ripping the place.
For them, this is the last frontier.
Let's get on with some adventure.
A land of freedom and opportunity.
It's not the normal world. They can't teach you this in Harvard Business School.
This is life on the edge.
Put your big boy pants on and come and join the fun.
Cold Bay, Alaska. This settlement, some 650 miles down the Aleutian chain, is home to wilderness guide Charlie Somerville. It's a special time of the year.
We're gonna shoot some birds.
Wildfowl hunting season.
I'm excited about the season, but I'm also nervous and worried because it is a huge task and challenge because it puts a lot of the work on me.
Over the coming days, Charlie has several hunting groups booked, all journeying up from the lower 48. They offer an opportunity for him to earn some much-needed cash.
First week of hunting season, Brant, cast and blast, man. I am excited. And wouldn't have anybody else but old Joe and the boys up.
We're big duck hunters back home, and we've run into Charlie before duck hunting, and we wanted to come out and see his place here in Cold Bay.
5 miles north of Cold Bay is the Eisenbeck National Wildlife Refuge, a 300,000-acre outdoorsman's paradise. Over 200 species of bird nest in these wetlands. Charlie's clients have their eyes on one prize, the Brant goose. This migratory bird only lands and feeds in a few places on Earth. Eisenbeck is one of them.
Where else in the world can you come to a lagoon and have, upwards of 600,000 birds all in the same area for 2 months straight?
We don't get brant geese in Wisconsin, but the Eisenbeck Lagoon holds about 90% of the world's brant population. So if you want to shoot brant, out here in Cold Bay is probably the best place in the world to do so.
While Charlie juggles the other demands of his business, he can't guide every tour. So he's asked daughter Steph to lead several hunts.
Stephanie's trying to follow in my shoes, but she's still young. Every year she gets stronger and her knowledge base and her experience gets better.
Yeah, literally like this, and then when the birds come up, I definitely like guiding. I think sometimes it's a little hard because I always feel this pressure when everyone's like, oh, you're Charlie's daughter. You should know everything. You should be the best at this. And sometimes it's hard because I don't want to let them down.
When both Charlie and Steph are fully booked, expert guide Jack Nelson joins the crew.
Well, Jack is my 10-year veteran waterfowl guide. He's as good as they come. He's one of the top in the industry. He was born and raised in Alaska, and I can't say enough great things about him. With our team of him, and then Dan, and then Stephanie, we've got a very, very strong waterfowl staff with, I think, combined close to 70 years of guiding experience in Alaska.
With time and experience, each guide develops their favorite tactics and places to hunt. Steph, accompanied by former state trooper Dan King, leads a group who have never hunted wildfowl before.
There is a ton of brant sitting right there.
Steph takes her group toward the northeast side of Eisenbeck. A perfect place, she believes, for rookies.
Alrighty, you guys ready?
Yeah, we were born ready.
Okay, follow me.
Jack has a more experienced group who are prepared to brave some rough seas.
We'll be turning with him here in like 2 minutes. It won't be as lonely. Just brutal.
But the difficult journey gets them to an ideal hunting spot.
Almost there, boys.
Jack begins by setting out decoys, hoping to convince the elusive Brant that this patch of water is safe for landing.
And the reason we're doing a long line here is Brent love to kind of be together. And for ease of setting out and hunting, you know, we can put it all in one line, and when we got to pick things up, it's just a couple lines, not a bunch of individual decoys. And they work really well.
To reach Steph's favorite hunting location, the group must hike through several miles of marshland.
I always do most of the walk-in hunts because I don't have a Coast Guard license yet, so can't take people in a boat with me yet.
Guiding first-time hunters is a big responsibility. Steph hopes they enjoy themselves so much they come back next season. And after spending her childhood with her dad hunting in these wetlands, Steph feels prepared, despite the pressure.
I think this industry can be hard because it is more of a male-dominated industry. I'm the only female with a permit for Eisenbeck National Wildlife Refuge to guide in there. I've learned so much from my dad. I truly believe that I pretty much can do everything like our other guides can do, and I just look better doing it. That's the only difference. Look at all them branch. They come in here to get out of the weather. For being a guide, there's just basic things you need to know. Being able to know like the different weather patterns, where the birds are feeding, where they're roosting.
Steph places decoys right on the shoreline, mimicking a flock of grazing geese.
There's a ton of birds here, so since the wind is blowing towards us, any of the birds we shoot are gonna be getting blown back in instead of being carried out. Yeah, so that's a plus.
Out on the water, Jack bets on a floating formation to lure Brant from the skies.
I think these birds, when they do come, they're gonna be plenty close. We're gonna be sitting like right up here in the grass. We'll just, you know, get up in there and find a spot to sit.
Jack hopes the shape of the decoy line will direct the birds to land toward his group's position.
So what we're looking to do is to create kind of a V, and we had a smaller string just in the middle with a few to kind of create a focal point for these birds. So as they're coming in, you know, shooting this gap here, they're coming into the wind, and these two long lines kind of funnel them right into the center, and then they tend to like to land with a small group right in the middle.
To avoid spooking the geese, Jack conceals his group in the bank's long grasses. On the more exposed beaches, Steph takes a different approach, using camouflage retrieved from the shore.
You'll need it to be like all around you because you're gonna be laying in it like this.
Like a coffin.
Yeah, literally like this. And then when the birds come up,
We're not allowed to build blinds in the refuges, so we have to use natural vegetation. We're not allowed to cut anything down. So we build little eelgrass blinds and little, you know, boxes around us sitting on the edge of the banks in the shadows.
Steph and Dan offer the rookie group last-minute expert advice.
You guys hold still till the last second, till we say take them. And we'll try to give you an indication. They're in the middle.
Right.
You're on the right side. You're on the left side.
Get ready. Get ready. Take them.
Well done, well done, well done. You're gonna do fine.
Steph has done all she can to prepare her clients for their first ever Brant hunt. But in Alaska, things have a bad habit of not going to plan.
Take them!
that's why they call it hunting and not killing.
Just north of Cold Bay, Alaska, the Eisenbeck National Wildlife Refuge is 20 times the size of Manhattan. It's a wildfowl paradise and a favorite place for guides Jack Nelson, Dan King, and Steph Somerville to take clients during hunting season.
Look at all them branch.
The experience here makes it so unique. It takes a lot just to get to Cold Bay, and then to go out into the ocean with the tides, with the winds ripping, and kill ducks. There's nothing better.
Local guide Jack positions his group of experienced hunters on the westernmost point of the refuge.
90% of the birds are gonna come from this way. We're in a natural choke point here, getting birds transferring from one side of the lagoon to the other. And we had a handful of flocks so far come in, and the ones that did just decoyed extremely well.
The bays of Eisenbeck sit directly under the migration route of the Brant as they journey nearly 1,000 miles to and from the Arctic.
We have the Gulf of Alaska about 10 miles off that way. About 2 miles behind us, the Bering Sea itself. So you have two completely different bodies of water with this immense ecosystem in the middle, and it's protected by this barrier reef from the Bering Sea, which allows this to be what it is.
Steph's group are rookies. She's taken them to a favorite beach on the other side of the lagoon. But on this trip, the Brant are looking few and far between.
This is where all those birds were coming from yesterday. We just gotta wait. Yeah.
Just as Steph is about to give up hope, the first few Brant swoop close to her clients.
Coming. Take 'em!
But in hunting, a miss is as good as a mile. On the other side of the lagoon, Jack is hoping for better luck.
Hey, guys, don't move on the right Brant. I just want to see them if they decoy.
Concealed in the long grass, Jack uses a Brant call to lure them into range.
Been centering up on the spread just like we've been hoping, and getting plenty within range and staying there for a minute. So
when Jack's calls have drawn the Brant close enough, it's the moment the clients have traveled all this way for. As the birds drop, Jack must keep track of the number killed.
Okay, you get one, I get one. Try to pick a straggler in the back or something.
While the Brants aren't a threatened species, the number of kills is restricted to help maintain their population.
Between the loss of their habitat and nesting grounds, population has got below the threshold that they feel safe to allow for a 5-bird or a 3-bird harvest, so now they're down to a 2. Keep the population healthy, and if that means reducing it down to 2, I guess I'm okay with that,
Copper, Jack's trusty Labrador retriever, helps the team bag their limit.
So only catch-22 with Brant is just so short and sweet sometimes, but man, that's like, when they decoy like that, it's just, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like...
But Steph's group's aim and luck hasn't improved. Not one bird has been downed.
Yeah, so we could just, start picking up, I suppose.
These clients will have to head home empty-handed.
The group I had out here today, none of them have ever hunted out here before. Yeah, we're just gonna get ready to pick up, and then they're gonna head out to the camp.
The most important thing you can do is you gotta be on the X. You gotta be where the ducks wanna be. Doesn't matter what technique you have, how many thousands of dollars you spend on decoys, how many thousands of dollars you spend on a gun or a jacket. If you're not on the X, where the ducks wanna be, it's not gonna happen.
Sometimes that's just how it goes. That's why they call it hunting and not killing.
No hunter or guide succeeds every time. A lesson Charlie knows can only be learned the hard way.
Identifying the bird and identifying the habitat, setting up the decoys, that's all it takes, just lots of experience. You can't read it in a book. The only way you learn is, learning in the field.
Back at the Somerville house in Cold Bay, the hunting party pluck and cut their haul. before Steph turns chef for a celebratory meal. While her hunt didn't go quite to plan. For Charlie, a table of happy clients is its own reward.
There's nothing more satisfying than ending the day when they come back to the lodge and they're laughing and joking and having a celebratory drink and having a nice dinner and telling, recapping their stories of the day of how they shot their trophy bird. Gives you a positive start for the season and just revigorates yourself that, you know, what you did, it paid off and it was successful.
But Charlie also knows that as hunting season gets busier, the pressure on his daughter is only going to increase.
There's definitely always pressure. Sometimes it can be really challenging. There's a lot more to this business than just being a guide.
Still to come, up in Larson Bay,
That's a view now.
Nick Blanco's cabin restoration
You should have made these holes bigger, Nick.
comes up short. And in Volcano Bay, Charlie's team feels the full force of the cradle of storms.
I think that's an earthquake. We got to get going here.
Larson Bay on Kodiak Island. This fishing settlement is named after Peter Larson, a mariner and hunter who forged a new life here over 150 years ago. Today, mariner and hunter Nick Blanco is following in his footsteps.
I started working at the career office in my college. I just was in awe about Alaska, and I wanted to go up there, and there's lots of good opportunities for both hunting and fishing. I was looking for land all around the state to build, and then I found some property in Larson Bay for sale. It's awesome.
Nick is investing his life savings, converting these derelict fishing shacks into hunting and fishing lodges for high-paying clients. They're due early next spring, which means the work must be finished before winter. Nick's already had to deal with collapsing foundations.
I don't like what I'm seeing. There's no supports anywhere right here, really.
And storm-ravaged roofs.
Gotta be really careful where you're stepping up here.
Now he's tackling the inside.
It feels really good to be working inside right now. It took a long time to get it jacked up, semi-level, and to get the roof on there. And now it feels great adding some new lumber inside and kind of bringing the dream to life.
Right now, we got to pry that top that way.
Construction worker and electrician Taylor Dandron is Nick's right-hand man during this stage of the build.
We're hitting something.
Taylor is a very useful guy to have around in Larson Bay. He can fix most anything with minimal stuff. He's creative in how he gets things fixed.
Like to get all of it framed in all the way around is the plans today. And then tomorrow, start figuring out where we're gonna put windows.
The frames will enable Taylor and Nick to create paneled, insulated rooms and also provide extra support for the structure.
Yeah, it's got to go up this way, though, and set it in, because that's the way the layout goes. That's going to sit on top of that up there, yep.
As Taylor begins the framing process, the cabin's uneven foundations give him a major headache.
What the am I doing here? There's nothing square, plumb in this whole place, so now let's lift it. Pull it towards us as we go. Yep, that part's got to go up on the top over there. You see that? Up because that floor goes up right there. See, that's dead level there.
Just having to do a few adjustments to the walls so that the loft is more level.
Oh, you. Can you pull this bottom out, Nick? Here, right here. Yep, it's got to come out.
After a few small hiccups,
Now it just split it. Jesus Christ. It's gonna split too. I can't win today.
the frames are in place.
That looks pretty level all the way up to about there, eh? That's perfect that way. Perfect that way. I believe the level, besides looking at the building.
But while Taylor is satisfied,
I gotta pour that painting the way he wanted me to pour it in. Nick, I need you to pour my paint.
Dan isn't so happy. He's in charge of painting the other cabin. He's got plenty of paint, but Nick's forgotten to bring the brushes.
How you want me to do it? You want me to pour it in there or scoop it in there? Which one? What do you want me to do? How you want it done?
Nick's solution is for Dan to improvise by pouring the paint directly onto the floor and spreading it out with a scraper.
Let me dump it once, and then you can wipe the lip of it.
You can go like that. Or just go like this. You go like that. That won't make too much mess. I do nothing till you say so, man. It's not on me there, Nick. It's all on you. It's all on you, man.
While Dan keeps busy in one cabin, in the other, Taylor is preparing the window frames. For Nick, the windows will be a big selling point to his clients, offering uninterrupted views of the waters of Uyak Bay.
So yeah, let's get this window out.
Definitely, new windows will be clearer and have more insulating values. And
the next job is to increase the size of the frame to accommodate the new, larger windows.
that's a view now.
That's quite a view.
Look at this view. I can see all the way down the bay that way, all the way down the bay this way.
Let's clean this mess up so we don't step on any nails.
The new windows are ready to be installed. But before they do that, Nick has another task for Taylor and the team.
Before we head inside, we're gonna put a stovepipe in. It'll be good to get some heat in the house to dry up some paint and dry up some moisture.
With Charlie's help, Nick first lifts the chimney onto the 20-foot-high roof.
Yeah, you're good for... The tarp is a little slick. Oh, I can hold this wall.
That's okay. I brought my mag boots.
You gonna start walking it straight up?
Let's let it come right down. All right, come down a little bit.
As the chimney slides in, there's a problem.
Down.
I'm putting pressure down.
Wait, hang on.
Hold on. You should have made these holes bigger, Nick. Not that tight.
I can sort of hear a little bit about what's going on there through. What? Push it down.
No.
The stove isn't aligned and won't mount properly into the chimney.
I can pick the pipe up and you can slide the stove at whatever which way. In there and tell me what I got to do.
After a whole half hour of adjustments, it still won't fit.
Let's lift it and cut it. Let's don't around like this and then losing a finger.
Yeah.
Go grab a small block of wood, 2 blocks of wood or whatever. We'll lift it up a foot. You know, put blocks of wood underneath it.
To avoid losing a finger to a falling chimney, they prop it up on blocks while they align the stove.
Getting it to fit inside the wood stove bracket there is just giving us a little problem, so we're just making a couple of snips and hopefully it'll slide in, be able to get a little bit smaller.
Boy, that feels like it's in.
Grab this stove and pull it this way again. Go towards me. And we'll lift it up and slide it in.
Dude, it's in there.
Okay, yep.
That's good.
Nick returns to the roof to check that the shifting below hasn't knocked the chimney out of whack.
Yeah, it looks good up here.
Hardest stovepipe I've ever put in my life.
Dan can now set the first of what Nick hopes will be many fires here.
Going, man. Fire's going. It's hard.
But there are bigger challenges facing him than getting a fire started. Nick is running out of cash to finish the build. He's going to have to put construction on hold.
Really, the only way that I'll have resources to invest in the cabin is having clients. So it's really important that I spend some time and resources sharing what I offer and trying to book trips.
Nick needs to find new clients. That means leaving the Kodiak wilderness behind for a sales convention 250 miles away in the state capital, Anchorage.
Welcome to the 2023 Alaskan chapter of Safari Club International,
where this wildlife guide is a fish out of water. On Kodiak Island's largest fjord sits Larsen Bay, where guide and tracker Nick Blanco owns the Driftwood Wilderness Lodge. But he's also refurbishing these rundown cabins at a place called Whitney Creek. And construction is stretching his wallet to the limits.
I got quite a bit of money wrapped up in Whitney Creek, and I need to get it to a point where it's comfortable for a group of guests that have come fishing with me.
So today, he's flying into Anchorage in hope of securing some new clients at a sales event.
I'm headed to the Safari Club International show to try to sell some trips for the lodge. It's gonna have a ton of cool outfitters that can really open up Alaska for you, you know?
Safari Club International hosts conservation and hunting conventions, attracting tourists looking to book their next big adventure, and suppliers hoping to sell it to them.
It is a big deal because I do have quite a few dates still available for fishing, and I gotta be working. Come on. What are you coming to Alaska to do?
Nick's not a natural salesperson like some around here.
Welcome to the 2023 Alaskan chapter of Safari Club International.
But he's hoping his record will speak for itself.
I got a bunch of canvas prints of awesome fish, deer, ducks that clients have gotten at the lodge.
And pretty soon, the booth starts attracting interest.
That's
good when it's good.
It's fun out there. It's fun when it's out there, yeah. And I got a new landing craft, and it's been fun. I mean, yeah, and I love going far, and I'd love to help you out. Yeah.
Nice talking.
Yeah, nice talking to you.
Take care.
Yep, take care.
Three days later, he's back on the water with new paying guests.
So today we were taking a charter with a couple of awesome anglers.
Michigan-based fishing devotees Mike and Rick are here for a big haul.
I've been dreaming about this day for a long time. No, we're gonna be tired tonight.
This trip has to go well. A good recommendation could generate more income to finish construction on Nick's cabins.
I always feel pressure to put people on fish. Under promise, over deliver, right? That's what you gotta do.
Nick positions the boat over a known shrimp feeding ground, a favorite food for halibut.
Well, there's a shrimp buffet down there.
And he knows just how to draw the trophy fish in.
This is the homemade jig for lingcod and halibut that I made out of repurposing old lead weights. Got a little smelter, smelted them down, and poured them in a mold.
This far north, a store-bought halibut jig would cost more than $20. So every homemade jig means a pot of paint for Nick's cabin build instead.
You gotta definitely repurpose as much as you can when you're at the end of the supply chain, that's for sure.
The silver jig catches the light, luring bigger fish onto the hook hidden next to it.
Hey, man, Mike. Oh, they're coming. See color.
Hauling halibut up from 400 feet below really gets the heart rate going.
Fish have been coming quick and fast. And starting to breathe hard now on this one. I'm actually starting to sweat. It'll get no better than this.
if you're gonna plan on eating it, you gotta bleed your fish. And just pop a gill like that on each side. And the quality of the meat will be a lot better.
Yep, take as much home as I can. I would eat this every day if I had the opportunity.
Halibut may be the most sought after, but Mike has his sights set on another fish for dinner.
Well, ever since we started planning this trip, those lingcod really caught my eye.
Measuring up to 5 feet in length and tipping the scales at 80 pounds, lingcod are known for their sharp teeth and aggressive behavior. They hide among the rocks, waiting for strong currents to push their prey toward them before striking.
This is the lingcod spot. You guys get ready. It's pretty rocky down there, so keep your jigs moving. You always use the fisherman's line as a reference to where you need to go.
By keeping the line vertical, Nick ensures the lure isn't being dragged crossways to the current, which makes it look unrealistic to a waiting predator.
The bottom kind of goes up and down, so you got to kind of pay attention to how things are going here. It's intense.
Before long, Rick hits big.
Nice.
Oh, look at that thing. That is awesome.
Soon after, Mike gets in on the action too.
I think I got something for real. That's awesome.
That one hit like... Good eating size.
Been thinking about that, catching that fish for a while. Finally came true.
Mike and Rick have the haul they were hoping for, and Nick has earned his $1 for the day.
Nick is a hard-working guide, yes. He's our kind of people. He's bouncing in between Rick and I, one after the other, running around this boat like a madman. It's fantastic. Non-stop action.
When they reach their catch limit, Mike and Rick's adventure is over. But it won't be their last.
The best fishing trip I ever had in my life. So it was, they spoiled me. No, it'll never be the same again. My standards are too high.
For Nick, the successful day means vital income for his cabin build and the promise of more business next season. Still to come, down on Volcano Bay, the Aleutian Ring of Fire.
I think that's an earthquake. We got to get going here.
Gives Charlie's new cabin the ultimate stress test.
Possible tsunami. We've got to watch the water and try to get some communication.
More than 600 miles down the Aleutian chain, under the mile-high Frosty Peak, sits Volcano Bay. It's a wilderness haven on the far reaches of the Alaskan Peninsula, where expert hunting and fishing guide Charlie Somerville and his crew are expanding his business with a new cabin.
It's almost perfect.
And it's not moving.
It's not even flexing hardly.
Charlie's invested thousands of dollars into the cabin, hoping the cozy quarters will attract new guests keen to enjoy the wonders of the lagoon.
We're gonna knock this thing out and we are gonna have adventures.
The team battled near gale force winds to get all 4 walls up.
Push that down! I'm holding it down!
And they're still standing.
I think it looks good. We did it, huh? We did it. It's really a firm building right now. It's actually impressing me how solid it is. It feels good to see what we've built hold up.
Charlie's on site to keep his cabin build on track, with just 2 weeks until the first guests arrive.
We're kind of in the second phase of the construction project now. We're getting to the roofing.
You mess up one little truss and the whole thing is screwed.
Once the roof is on, Charlie's crew needs to seal the cabin against the onslaught of winds, rain, and ocean mist. So Charlie's brought in some specialized gear.
These are hurricane straps. Extra strength, up to 150-mile-an-hour winds, hold the roof on.
They're designed to hold to the top plate, so you can see they're a nice design. So these are 16 on center. When this fits up flush on both sides, then these go into the meat of the second top plate. And then they have tie points on either side of the hurricane clip. They're awesome.
While Witt secures all 20 trusses, Charlie, Dan, and Kirby get busy sealing the exterior walls with the wood panel siding.
How you looking, Dan?
Good.
The cost of maintenance and repairs in such a remote area is sky high. So Charlie's determined his cabins are built to last from day one.
I'm hoping with just a little bit of maintenance that we're going to get 15 to 20 years out of this.
We're going to get 40 out of it when you get steel on it.
We'll get 40 out of it, yeah, exactly.
Can Dan fit through there? Give it a shot.
Even sideways.
Beep, 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 beep.
I know it don't look like much to people down the lower 48, but till you stand here in 25 to 40-mile-an-hour winds and deal with rain and wind every day and plow through this to get it done in a week and a half, then you can come talk to me. Till then, I don't want to hear the armchair quarterback BS.
Now it's time to see if these are cut right. Right there looks good. Okay. One down, 19 to go. Oh, God, that's so nice when they just fit together like that. These are perfect.
While the team pushes ahead with the build,
That's money, dude.
Charlie sees the camp is running low on fresh water. He heads half a mile down the beach for a refill at the freshwater stream.
Even the boss man gets water and does dishes. Got to taste it to see if there's salt water from the tide first. Nope, all clean water. People don't realize that water is 8 pounds to the gallon. So it's pretty heavy, but it's the most vital thing you can have.
The camp uses more than 20 gallons of water a day, so shipping it in from town or the mainland would cost Charlie a small fortune.
That's a good thing. We got lots of water, thank goodness.
Charlie knows he's lucky to call this little patch his own.
Beautiful, beautiful day. It's just nice to know there's a few pieces of paradise left in the world where you can come and relax and truly feel safe and not feel pressured and enjoy nature. Better than going to therapy, because if you talk about cleansing your soul, you just become one with it.
The deadline to finish the cabin may be impossibly tight, just as the beauty of the wildlife at Volcano Bay is impossible to ignore.
Look at the eagle right there. You don't see an eagle hover every day. That's unreal. Brings a tear to your eye. Not just because of the wind either.
An avid photographer, Witt's come prepared to capture this season's wild encounters.
That's a young one. Oh my gosh.
Volcano Bay's lagoon is a popular spot for local predators. It's where salmon start their annual journey upriver. At low tide, the shallow waters leave the fish stranded, making for an easy meal. And eagles aren't the only animals chasing the fish.
Wow. Probably just took a chunk
Oh,
out
he's
of the
standing
boat.
up. I gotta go get a picture of this. It's too cool. You got the shotgun curb? Hey, you cover me?
Yeah.
Just gotta take it in, man. Oh my God.
I think it's a wolf.
So far this season, bears have steered clear of Charlie's camp, but their appearance now could be alarming. A cold start to the year has delayed local food growth, and the bears are hungry.
We're anxiously awaiting the salmon, but I think the bear are hurting right now for it. It's way later than last year, and there's no berries. I mean, right now, all of these should be strawberries, and they're not yet. So it's some lean times.
An adult can eat 100 pounds of fish per day. That's about half a Kirby. But if they don't get enough calories, brown bears become unpredictable and dangerous to nearby humans.
That little bear's got a fish. They're one way off, and the other one's chasing it. The little one's running off with the fish right now. I mean, the fact that they're getting one fish and running means that fish matters a lot. All right, time to put a roof on.
The first bear sighting of the season is just the boost Whit needs.
We're gonna have a great day. It's obviously windy like every other day.
To complete the cabin roof after a tough week working through the wet. And while the roof is already sturdy with its industrial-grade hurricane straps, Whit wants to add extra protection for the entire building.
After all the stuff we did to try to make sure that this building will stand, this is our insurance policy. Something you have to do is you have to be able to tie the building down to the ground, otherwise it could blow away. And what I'm gonna do is on the inside of the block, I'm gonna get the cable set up in there so that it's right over the studs, so it's right over the top plate. There. And then we're gonna tie it down to 2 existing anchors. So that's gonna be the assurance that this thing doesn't go for a flight. This stuff could drag Dan around, that's how tough it is.
Once the roof is properly cabled, the last plywood sheets are screwed in place.
Nice.
The final step is layering on the waterproof barriers before the corrugated stainless steel sheets are locked securely in place.
We just put on the last piece, and then we'll put the foam pieces in, and the roof part of it will be done, and we'll take care of the trim tomorrow.
The Aleutians are one tough place to work. But at the same time, the Aleutians provide the inspiration for the crew to keep making progress.
It feels good, it feels good.
Hell yeah, it does.
To have this thing on, buttoned up. We're gonna be sleeping well today. We got it wrapped up, it's awesome.
But as the midnight sun continues to shine, an emergency alert sounds in communities across the Aleutians. An earthquake, 90 miles southeast of camp, puts to rest any progress on the cabin build.
Hey, I think that's an earthquake. We got to get going here.
The earthquake triggers a local tsunami warning.
Possible tsunami. We've got to watch the water and try to get some communication.
The crew has just minutes to evacuate the beach for the safety of higher ground. But that's not all.
How we wait? You got the shotgun there? I got the shotgun.
Some of the locals are also running for the hills.
That's where the bird, you see it?
Hey there!
This is unbelievable. And the history of things that I was worried about up here was not this.
This is Life on the Edge.
Put your big boy pants on and come and join the fun.
Cold Bay, 650 miles down the Aleutian chain, is headquarters for Charlie Somerville's wilderness guide business. This is the heart of the cradle of storms. And Mother Nature frequently reminds those who live here of her fearsome, destructive power.
We got to get to high ground for possible tsunami.
An earthquake-triggered tsunami warning sends Charlie's construction crew running for the hills.
We got to get going here.
Because this is a shallow
And
bay,
nothing
so
may
this
ever
would actually
happen.
be bad. You're sitting up on a hill thinking maybe all this is gonna get washed away, including yourself. Well, the advisory's off and we're heading back.
Thankfully, this earthquake hasn't caused a tsunami.
That was not a planned thing, and that was, for a Wisconsin boy, that was pretty scary. 1, 2, 3, y'all go.
Wave or no wave, the scare has focused Charlie's mind on his family.
We're gonna go get a Canada goose.
Charlie Jr. is Captain Charlie's granddaughter.
Help push the goose in. Push it in. Ready?
And in Alaska, it's never too early to start training for the family business.
Hey, we're gonna shoot the goose. Ready? Shoot. Oh, we hit the goose. Okay. You're gonna make a good sharpshooter. You hit it most of the times.
As well as her granddad, 4-year-old Charlie is taking after her mom, Steph. She's grown up at the heart of the Somerville business.
Stephanie's been kind of the son that I didn't have.
You're in charge, young lady. You're making the call.
Balancing the demands of family life and guiding is not for the faint-hearted.
I do it all. I cook, I clean, I've been guiding. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, we were born ready.
Okay, follow me. I help actually run the business, and on top of that, I'm a mom, so.
On Steph's last hunt, her clients failed to bag a single bird.
Didn't quite get them, but that's all right. That's why they call it hunting and not killing.
With guests paying top dollar, Charlie's eager she continues to improve her hunting skills as she takes on more responsibility in the business.
Stephanie does a great job as a guide, but you don't learn this stuff in 1 day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year or even 5 years. Work comes first up here. This isn't a playground.
Today, Charlie's taking Steph on an early morning goose hunt so he can give her the benefit of his 35 years of wild fowling wisdom.
I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't know how to do, but that's why it's like I want to learn. I love my family, and I want our business to be successful, and if you want something bad enough, you'll get there. It just takes time.
I usually don't show everybody this.
Charlie begins with his Aleutian approach to shotgun maintenance.
We've got the secret sauce here. We're gonna show the secret recipe for everybody.
When it comes to looking after his Beretta A390 12-gauge shotgun in the damp, salty air, Charlie doesn't mess around.
As we completely submerge our gun, work the action, let it drip.
The CRC 656 multi-purpose lubricant drives out moisture and protects the weapon against sea spray.
If you don't give these things some loving and some anti-corrosion treatment every day, you can take a brand new shotgun and it'll turn into a rust bucket in just a matter of a couple days.
Charlie wants to arrive and set up for the hunt as early as possible.
Getting ready to go, Steph?
Yeah.
So that means heading out before first light.
The first hour is what we call power hour. There's low light conditions.
When the birds are starting to move, so as soon as we can start shooting, we start.
As the sun begins to rise, there are promising signs above.
Oh, the birds are flying. It's a glorious morning. We're gonna kill some. Get out here in the channel a little bit, get away from the grass.
At this time of year, almost the entire population of Pacific black brant heads to Cold Bay. And with the skies teeming with life, Charlie wants to see if Steph's hunting instincts kick in.
We got the point over there, or we got this point. What are you thinking? Where were you hunting the other day?
I hunted that point the other day.
Couple
It
days
did
ago?
pretty well, but with the tide coming in, I had trouble getting the birds.
Okay. Well, it'll be a couple more minutes before this tide comes in.
Choosing the right spot to intercept prey is an essential guide skill, one that Charlie excels in.
The wind is the most important thing. We have to hunt with the wind. The birds are gonna land into the wind.
That's the channel right there, right?
We've got perfect wind coming right through here. As the tide comes up, these birds are gonna funnel right through this little spot right here.
The pair move into shallow water where brant come to feed.
Just like right back in here, Dad?
To encourage them to land, Steph and Charlie set out decoys.
The birds are going to be coming in from the open water, so the most realistic birds are the floating decoys. And then we use these dive bomb silhouettes, these black and whites, and from a distance gives the 3D appearance of bird feeding in the grass.
Take this and makes great camouflage.
With the decoys set, they need a spot to lie in wait.
The most effective range for standard steel shot is 20 to 30 yards.
Charlie entrusts it to Steph to pick the right place.
She's sharp, she's astute. I'm very proud of my daughter, Stephanie.
Okay. Well, these are just like Kent number 4s.
It's just, you know, at 26 years old, to take over this kind of a business, can't teach you this at college. It's just a school of hard knocks.
The birds will come in and then they just pop up and
The Brants are right on cue. And Charlie makes his rounds count.
First brant of the day.
They like this little spot right here. We're just trying to dispatch this bird. You compress his heart and lungs down, and it stops him from breathing. You don't want to beat it all up because it's a nice bird.
It's not long before Steph gets her turn. And soon Charlie gets a special prize. A goose with a wildlife agency leg band. Fewer than 1,000 brant are tagged each year to study their migration and population. Hunters who report bagging a tagged bird get a certificate of appreciation and can keep the band.
Little jewelry for the old man. Look at that. Beautiful. That's pretty unique. You get a double-banded brant.
After just 10 minutes, the pair have downed 3 prized brant.
Steph did most of the work, and I did the cherry picking and got a couple nice birds. But that's what it's about, just spending time together. It's not about the killing, it's about the fun. The killing's just a bonus.
In hunting, skills are earned, not inherited. And it's clear to Charlie the future of the family business will be safe in Stephanie's hands.
The whole generational legacy is completely up to Stephanie. I am not trying to force her or push her into something. I know this is a hard business. It's physically, emotionally trying business.
I'm always trying to challenge myself. I'm always trying to push myself. If I decide to take over our business, then I'll be the boss. And I joke with my dad. I was like, then you're gonna be listening to me?
Still to come, mechanic Donovan works up an escape plan.
If we ever do need to evacuate the island, I really want to get that boat out in the water.
And Nick Blanco's property...
You should light it quick.
...goes up in smoke.
Fire's nasty.
The Aleutians sit on the Ring of Fire. A line of seismic sites, home to 75% of the world's active volcanoes. And on the island of Umnak, at the end of the Aleutian chain, the homestead of cattle ranchers Pat and Connie Harvey sits in the shadow of one of Alaska's biggest, Mount Okmok.
It's 6 miles behind the ranch house here, 7 miles across. There's 8 cones inside of it, and it seems like there's always at least one active steaming away in that caldera.
The ash spewed by the volcano over the centuries provided vital nutrients for the soil here. It's what gives the island its rich grasslands, perfect grazing for Pat and Connie's 10,000-strong herd.
This area of the world is perfect for raising cattle. It's a big expanse of meadows and plains up there, very fertile, and the grass is fantastic.
Mount Okmok is a sleeping giant and poses no imminent threat. But Pat knows he needs to plan for any eventuality.
If we had to evacuate the island, the smartest thing to do is to have a boat set up with an outboard on it so you can jump in and drive over to Unalaska.
Pat and Connie are preparing to sell their ranch and retire.
Connie and I are looking at selling this operation to somebody that can help it realize the potential I know it has.
Ace mechanic Donovan Judd has been busy repairing some of their equipment ahead of the sale.
See how it runs.
Got it! Now it's the turn of their escape boat, which has a faulty engine.
If we ever do need to evacuate the island, I really want to get an outboard going so we can get that boat out on the water.
Normally, outboard motors circulate the water they're sat in to keep cool. To run tests on dry land, Donovan uses a specialist hose called a flusher to feed the cooling system.
My experience with outboard motors is not like my experience with diesel engines. We just have to learn as we go.
That was pretty cool. Ran pretty smooth.
It's a successful fire-up, but Donovan soon spots the problem.
Not wanting to shift into gear. Sounds good, just wish it'd go into gear.
The engine is turning, but the propeller isn't.
Seized up or something?
Rust.
Okay.
Some oil in there and revive it.
Without a fix, their escape skiff is going nowhere.
Reverse and forward are two of these also?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're wiggling these two little arms.
Yeah, so this is your throttle, right?
Okay.
But when you kick it into where it should transfer the transmission, that bottom arm isn't engaging into it.
Dismantling and rebuilding the motor would take Donovan days.
When I look at all these different vehicles and projects to work on, I could fix it in a week in the right way, or I can fix it today in a different way.
On this isolated island, new parts are not an option. So Pat and Donovan use carefully applied force and penetrating oil to free up the corroded parts.
You getting somewhere? Well, there you go.
Pat and Donovan's quick and dirty fix is looking good.
That's getting easier, isn't it?
Hey, we're in gear.
Are you?
Yeah. Now that it's in gear, it's in forward. Try starting it.
Time to see if the hard work has paid off.
That's pretty cool. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
The second part of Pat's escape plan is his 30-year-old backhoe. With no boat ramp on the island, he needs it to lower the skiff into the water. Only problem is, it hasn't worked for 3 years.
You got what it takes there, Donovan, to get her going?
We'll get this thing going.
Yeah, your
Seems
track
pretty vital.
record is pretty darn good so far.
Donovan discovers the backhoe is in urgent need of a new fuel pump.
This will be the first time I've ever done a fuel pump on, or at least an injection pump on a backhoe.
The fuel pump is the backhoe's beating heart, delivering gas to the engine's combustion chambers.
Here, we gotta make sure that the timing line is lined up. You got your main line that doesn't move on the shaft. You gotta spin this until there's another line on the barrel. And now we know we are in time. Really well put back together.
With the new pump installed, Pat and Donovan attempt a fire-up.
It's not turning over fast enough. This one's being very stubborn. They're usually a lot easier to start than this.
Donovan suspects something is stopping the fuel pump feeding gas to the engine.
If you got a little air bubble in there, the air will compress and it won't shove the fuel through.
You got to bleed all the air out of the system.
Donovan opens valves on the fuel lines.
Spurting with a bit of pressure?
Pretty good bit of pressure. Try it again.
To let the air escape and draw pressurized fuel through the system.
Suck, squeeze, bang, blow. Sucks air in, squeezes it. Compression kicks it over, and then it blows the exhaust out the back. Give it a shot.
With both backhoe and outboard resurrected, Pat and Donovan are ready to practice their escape drill. Still to come, it's catch it, cook it, stuff it at Charlie Somerville's.
King of the Rock.
Just another day in the last bastion of freedom.
And Pat plays teeter-totter with 10 tons of machine.
Pat, you hit the wrong thing, we'll lose our dock.
650 miles down the Aleutian chain in Cold Bay, where wilderness guide Charlie Somerville's guests are returning from another successful hunt with a bounty of birds.
Nice.
I've killed so many birds, I've hunted, I've done everything that I really want to do. I get more excitement, enjoyment out of watching other people get to experience.
You guys, get in there. That's your group, too.
One guy slide right here, one guy in front of you, we'll be good.
Get a little blood pumping this morning?
Today, Charlie couldn't resist getting in on the action. And daughter Steph showed her grit as a hunter, too.
First Brant of the day.
Way to go, guys. Great day.
Yep, nice day.
Just another day in the life of the last bastion of freedom.
Good shoot today. Captain Jack put his group on a barn burner of a hunt. We did pretty good and shot a lot of shells.
Charlie and lead guide Jack Nelson are cleaning birds shot earlier for tonight's meal.
We eat a lot of wild game. Everybody gets to taste it, and 95% of it is just preparation and making sure they're processed properly.
On here we got pintails, green-winged teal, and some mallards. Those are the 3 different ducks we have.
This season, Jack has proved invaluable to Charlie's business.
Jack's my head guide. He pretty much runs things, does everything. Everything from puddle duck hunting to brant hunting to sea duck hunting. Whatever it takes, he can do it.
Showed up in October, 6 years ago now, I believe. It's been here ever since.
With the dinner birds all cleaned up, Master Chef Charlie heads for the kitchen.
You can't ever beat wild organic game. Look at these nice little medallions. You can't get better than that in the best Michelin restaurant.
But today, Master Craftsman Jack has something special in mind for the brant downed by Charlie's daughter, Steph.
So get her ready to do some taxidermy.
Cold Bay is the place to shoot brant geese. Every year, 80,000 of them winter here, making it a prized kill among hunters and a popular bird to stuff and mount.
It adds to a hunting lodge, you know. This is as close as I can get to actually showing them the real thing, short of being in the field.
Taxidermy has a strong tradition in the Somerville household, and wildlife guide Jack is an expert in the craft.
Boy, I was pretty young, hunting and fishing, and just seemed right to be able to do your own taxidermy. And I started on chickens, of all things. You know, chickens got a really tough skin, they're pretty forgiving, and living on the farm in the house, we had a lot of chickens. I like to start with the heads first. We're gonna basically skin around the beak and pull everything back till we can get the head out.
Taxidermy is a delicate art. One slip of the scalpel could ruin this piece.
So this just takes a minute here to get this going because you're trying to get it cut all the way around the bill. And once you get it opened up all the way around the bill, then we can start pulling that skin back. The key is just finding right on that feather line where the feathers meet the skin. You want to make sure you don't put any holes in it and just take your time. And there we go, and I just pull it down a little bit like this. We're just gonna cut this off here. So the next step here that I like to do is I like to remove the legs. So it's just pretty simple, just following this skin. Then once we get into the bird, we'll be disconnecting that bone at the joint here and removing that leg. We're just gonna move on to getting this skin back down around the tail area and then fold it out and just pull that body out.
Once the bird is skinned, Jack measures the body and chooses a plastic form to match.
So we got our artificial body here. Say it's pretty darn close, as you can see. I mean, we just recreate her neck with some wire and some foam. And obviously we'll have wire ran down and through each of the legs. And this bird's gonna be a standing bird. We're gonna save the bones. They add the structure for the wing.
Jack inverts the hide and fleshes the bird to remove any excess meat that could harbor bacteria. If any remains in the hide, it will cause the mount to decay.
And I like to do the head and neck area last, mainly because if you do it first, it tends to start drying out on you.
Once the bird has been fleshed, the hide needs a deep clean.
We're gonna go let this soak in some dish soap, get it cleaned up, get in there and penetrate into the oils to pull all the rest of the oil out.
Waterfowl secrete an oily substance from a special gland at the base of their tail and rub it all over their feathers to keep them water repellent and insulated against the cold.
So that's the biggest thing to getting a nice fluffy feather in the end, is making sure there's no grease left.
After a few hours and some finishing touches with the hairdryer, Jack is ready to form the bird into its final shape.
For this bird, we're gonna have kind of walking up the rock and then looking to the side in kind of an authority pose, we'll call it. King of the rock. I really enjoy putting the birds together. You know, obviously between skinning them, fleshing them, washing them, kind of making them look worse. This is the part that you actually get to kind of bring them back to life. We got both the legs in there. So now we're at the point here, we're gonna sew this up. There, we're getting down to the last couple inches here.
Jack uses a second, smaller form for the head, complete with glass eyes.
Making sure when I put that skin where it needs to be, making sure my eyelid's centered on there. We're just gonna press the skin in around the eyes and make sure that's in the right spot. Gently work down here.
Jack's expert handiwork will last for 100 years, a fitting celebration of this magnificent bird. And a very special present for the boss himself.
Darn, Jack, you outdid yourself.
Trying.
You got us a new centerpiece.
I know. Helen's gonna be thoroughly impressed, I'm almost guaranteed.
Man, beautiful. Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, if nothing else, at least gives the client the idea of what they're looking for when we get out in the field hunting.
Exactly. How beautiful. Looks nice.
Thanks to Jack, the tradition of taxidermy is alive and well here in Cold Bay. Still to come, Pat's life-saving boat
You gotta get higher.
could end up killing somebody.
Sometimes I feel like I don't even want to watch.
And with his cabin renovations picking up pace, Nick Blanco calls in some backup.
Got a big helper and little helper coming, and really excited about that.
On Umnak Island, rancher Pat Harvey and mechanic Donovan Judd are working on an escape plan should the nearby volcano Mount Okmok wake from its long slumber. Now they're ready to test a newly fixed ocean-going outboard and a boat-launching backhoe.
Everything that's moving down the road right at this moment wasn't working a month ago. And it's pretty cool to think that just with a little bit of tools and some knowledge, I was able to get all of this stuff working.
A car mechanic by trade, this will be Donovan's first time piloting a boat around Umnak's unpredictable waters.
Well, the plan is we're taking the backhoe down so we could then hook up to the boat so we can launch it off the rock dock. And we'll go zip around the harbor and see how it runs. Knowing that gives a good, calm feeling that if we do need to get out of here for whatever reason possible, we have the means to do so.
Okay, here we go. Gonna launch the boat. Just make sure it's all functioning properly. Just gotta make sure you can safely put it in the water and make sure it's safe for the humans to get down there and board it. Okay.
Pat plans to lower the boat into the water with the rear arm of his backhoe. First, he fills the front bucket with volcanic sand to act as a counterbalance.
Gonna keep walking it that way till I can see over.
Then he moves the backhoe onto the crumbling rock dock, testing Connie's nerves.
I know we have to test the skip. We have to make sure it's seaworthy. We have to do it in a very safe manner. Always a little nervous about putting it in the water for the first time. I'm also a little concerned about the backhoe. Pat's comfort level is very different than mine around equipment. And it's a fine line always. We know that we have to do this to be safe, but there's always that tipping point. Sometimes I feel like I don't even want to watch, but I have to watch. It's not easy.
Pat now has 2,000 pounds of weight on his extended boom and dipper arm.
Swing it over a little bit.
And the nearest emergency services are a 1-hour helicopter ride away.
Good. We go down. Perfect.
We're gonna get the motor idling right now and running properly.
All right, let's go.
Yeehaw! Yeah, you bet. We'd have to pick up our speed if the lava was flowing. Woohoo!
Oh, she's running great.
Awesome. Successful maiden voyage.
They did a great job. I'm really happy the boat is in working order. Let's see how they do getting it out of the water. I won't be really totally relaxed until they're over there. So far, so good.
You gotta get higher.
The rescue boat will be hauled back to the ranch and stored away from wind and waves.
Perfect.
You like it, Dad?
I like it.
fun had by all. Glad that we still got a boat, still got a backhoe, still got us. I don't think there's any damage, so we're pretty lucky. One of the ropes broke at the back. I noticed that it dropped over the edge of the rocks, and I thought, I better go ahead. So I quickly moved ahead and pulled it up and saved it. I don't think the motor went in the water at all. I think we were good, luckily.
This isn't the kind of close escape Donovan had been planning for.
Glad that he ended up putting dirt in the front bucket because it kept the front end on the ground. The weight of that boat falling over the edge could have easily taken the backhoe with it.
Having narrowly swerved disaster, Pat and Donovan's sea trial is just the latest in a long line of challenges they've overcome this season. Still to come, Nick Blanco's son
Then one step, you'll see.
shows Dad how it's done.
Nice.
On the western edge of Kodiak Island sits Larson Bay, an isolated settlement where tracker and guide Nick Blanco is forging a new life. This summer, he's betting big on transforming these remote, crumbling shacks
Quite a view. Look at that view.
into high-end hunting lodges for paying guests.
I'm just looking for enough money to sustain the lifestyle that I really enjoy. There's challenges, even just getting over there sometimes is a challenge.
Go on, Carol.
But you just gotta stick with it and not give up, or else it's not gonna work.
Nick is a month into his project. He and his team are hustling to complete the build before the long Alaskan winter moves in.
Things are going extremely well right now. This building was in disrepair pretty much, so yeah, going in the right direction. There's definitely something that is satisfying about doing it without the big expensive equipment. Yeah, instead of excavators, we just got sheer determination, creativity, all that stuff. It goes a long way.
To finance his project, Nick has had to spend time guiding clients around the Kodiak fishing grounds.
Nice. Oh, look at that thing.
Today, he's taking a break from the build for a different reason.
I'm really excited. My father is arriving today. Dad's always a big help to me. I've helped for a couple of weeks on all the builds I've done.
Nick's dad is due in a few hours. That leaves him and the team time to push on with the next stage of the project.
Make sure the two cables are together and not side by side when you tighten it.
We're attaching cables on either side of the barn, which just gives it some extra stability because, the walls have to hold up the roof.
The 1/4-inch steel cables help support the walls and roof by tying both parts of the structure together.
What they do is they hold the load-bearing walls on each side. Since there's no supports up at the top here, we're gonna put these cables on just to make sure that the walls don't want to move out on us. Keep them at one spot.
The increased stability provided by the cabling means Nick can begin work on the loft area, where he plans to install 2 bedrooms.
Right now, we're setting the floor joists on top of the walls we made.
After fastening the joists onto the wall studs, Nick and Taylor need to fit the loft flooring onto them.
This one has to be cut to go to the...
Exactly.
Right,
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
But they disagree over the best way to do it.
I don't care about the other parts of the building. All I care about the layout of the same on the top of the wall there. Layout the same on top of the wall here.
For some reason, you insist on going off the wall. I do. And the layout's not gonna come up, so.
Nick wants to start from the wall and work inward, laying plywood boards as they go.
It doesn't matter if you're using a wall.
You can't go off this wall because it's so out of square.
But Taylor worries that this means the floorboards won't be supported by the frame he's built.
Trust me, once you start putting square plywood up there, you'll understand what I mean. It's gonna be off because nothing's square.
If I didn't know Nick and Taylor, I would think they were on the verge of getting at each other's throats.
It doesn't matter on the first one.
It never escalates.
I just want the lines at 2, 4, 6, 8.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, maybe to some people it might sound like we're bickering or something like that, but, you know, there's always constructive dialogue going on, I think.
While Taylor continues to work on the best way to lay the floor, Nick heads to Larson Bay Airport to meet 2 VIP guests.
My son and my father are arriving right now. Got a big helper and little helper coming, and really excited about that.
Nick has recently separated from his wife, so his son Bo lives with his mom in Kodiak City. The visit to Larson Bay is a rare one.
I do not get to see Bo enough during the season. Probably once a month if I'm lucky. Hi, you. You're here. You're here. You're just top liver, Daddy. That's definitely always really tough, balancing between working time with your kids. Ooh, you guys are here. You're in Larson Bay. This is ours, Bobo. I got this handy dandy carrier. Oh, you all right? Okay. You want to put this up there? Let's put this up there too. Let's go get Grandpa's stuff.
Nick is eager to take his father, Paul, straight over to the cabins.
Look at what they did.
A construction business owner from Minnesota, Paul has never been to the site before.
Okay, let's go in here. All right. Look at this, isn't this cool? Wow. I like the design. The lofts are sleeping, and the rest is just kind of living. Nick's got some sweat equity built in here with these windows, tying that view in. That's like a cost-efficient improvement. I love that.
You're gonna know how to build your dream house someday too, huh? Yeah.
This is what Grandpa does too.
Exactly, you got it in your blood.
Nick began working for his father's construction business at a young age. But this is by far his most ambitious project to date.
My dad was a great influence on me, employed me working on houses and getting interested in renovation and stuff like that, and I really appreciate that.
Well, yeah, I'm proud of my kid, and he loves what he does, so he's never working a day in his life.
After a challenging few weeks, this visit is giving Nick the boost he needs to get his build over the finish line.
Bo definitely keeps me motivated to work hard, just a ray of sunshine and hope all the time. Ow, I got slapped.
As the morning moves on, the rain moves in. This gives Nick an opportunity to complete another important part of his project.
We got permission to get rid of this old, dilapidated cabin that kind of, looks ugly and is a little bit dangerous. She's pretty far gone, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I won't be worried about people getting in here and hurting themselves. The eyesore will be gone. I feel bad. I think the otters were using it, but they're real resourceful and they'll have a better, safer home in the end, too.
After dousing the structure with gasoline,
You should light it quick before it starts to evaporate.
the cabin goes up like a tinderbox.
No, we'll definitely be on standby with some buckets and fire extinguishers around here and keeping an eye on it, but things are thoroughly wet around here, so it's a good time to do it.
Rained all night, everything's soaking wet. Perfect day to burn it.
As well as removing a hazard, the burn will eventually improve the view from Nick's cabins.
Yeah, I can feel the heat where I am.
Within minutes, the aging structure is reduced to ashes. With the burn complete, the team can get back to fixing the loft.
We're starting to sheet the second floor. It's perfect right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but
Nick's vision of the finished cabins begins to take shape.
This is awesome. There's gonna be a couple of separate rooms up here. Try to use the space really wisely, and you can have some storage on the sides up here, so it's really taking advantage of every square inch.
After 2 hours, the loft is ready for its first official inspection.
Hey, Hey, son. One more step, and then you'll be able to see. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This is a perfect size for you. Watch out. There you go. Nice. Good.
The next morning, it's time for Paul and Bo to catch their flight home.
There's guys see my daddy. My grandpa, too.
Don't fall asleep on the plane. Pay attention. Watch the pilot. See what he does.
It'll be at least another month before Nick gets a chance to see Bo again. He hopes to hand the cabins over to him one day. But he knows that there's a long way to go before he can realize that dream. This is Life on the Edge.
Put your big boy pants on and come and join the fun.
More than 650 miles southwest of Anchorage, in a secluded bay on the desolate Alaskan peninsula, Charlie Somerville and his construction crew have battled relentless Aleutian conditions.
I can't! Push that down! I'm holding it down!
And survived a natural disaster.
I think that's an earthquake. We got to get going here.
Oh my God.
To raise the newest guest cabin for Charlie's wilderness guide business.
I thought about bears pushing on these things. I thought about wind, obviously. I didn't think of earthquakes.
The cabin is looking great. We have got the walls are up, the roof's on. We're getting so close, I'm just getting excited.
This thing held up great, and everything still looks awesome.
Charlie's first guests arrive very soon, and he's promised this cabin will be ready.
We've got 14, 16 days to get everything finished up over here.
Carpenter Whit and hired gun John are framing up the interior walls, windows, and doors.
This is a right opening, so it goes right here to here. You'll have a space here to be able to put shoes, whatever.
Yeah, perfect.
So now it's time to start chopping up stuff, chopping up doors.
Charlie's daughter, Steph, is rolling up her sleeves too.
Gonna be a door in the front to this bedroom and a door in the front to that bedroom.
It's nice. We're starting to get our own little compound out here. It's looking good, guys. The new cabin will provide like a nicer stay. You know, it's just a little simple cabin in the woods. People are paying a lot of money to come out here. Okay, these are all done, Dad.
While the paint dries, Charlie drafts her in for another pressing project. ATVs and high winds have damaged the sandy dune around the cabins.
Okay. It's the erosion is the problem. The wind starts blowing and it blows the sand away, and then we're gonna end up losing our hill. So it is a huge issue.
The grassroots system holds the sand together, which keeps the ground and cabin foundations strong.
Digging, we're gonna make a little pathway to keep everyone from driving.
Ooh, wiggle it around, circle around a little bit. Okay, let me get this edge a little bit here.
Need a deeper hole.
Okay, I'll go get a knife. We're gonna cut this. You see who's out here working in the rain, right? Me and her.
I think that's where I get my work ethic from, is from my dad.
Come on, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit.
There we
No
go.
quitters. Gotta start somewhere. We gotta save a little bit.
He's kind of a tough, okay? He's a little hard to work for sometimes. And I mean that with love because I'm his kid, but...
Tough love. Out here, you don't get second chances. You do stupid, you get hurt. And then somebody's gotta clean up the mess. And it's usually mom and dad.
Most of the time we're good. We work good together.
With the driveway protected, Steph rounds up the rest of the gang to make the cabin walls stand out.
Sunshine on a cloudy day right here. Shining.
The happy school bus.
Progress has also been made inside.
So far, so good.
The project's still missing some doors, the beds, plywood, and vital furnishings. But Charlie's got some good news.
Whew.
His building supplies are finally ready to collect 20 miles across the water in King Cove Harbor.
We've got to get some more fasteners, some staples. The doors and bathroom stuff's all going into King Cove, so we're gonna have to run back there.
Charlie's taking Dan and Steph with him to speed up the collection.
We're just trying to time it and not waste trips, because everything out here costs a lot of money. Every trip, you got to maximize your usefulness and keeping the boats loaded.
The Grady White powers northeast from Volcano Bay. 20 miles and 1 hour later, it arrives at King Cove.
Welcome to King Cove.
While Dan heads back to Volcano Bay, Charlie's greeted by a welcome sight.
Charles Somerville. Oh boy, fragile. Those look like they're gonna be a pain in the hind end. So we've got doors and windows and bathroom stuff that's all going out to the cabin. And now we've got to transfer them over to the dock, load them onto the Sound Choice yacht, and take them over to camp.
Okay, hold it right there a second. Let me and Tommy get down there, and you're gonna guide it up here, Steph.
And everything is a process, especially the wind. Got to be careful the wind's not breaking stuff and getting the boat smashed up. So, another adventure.
That's a wrap. Bathroom's loaded, the bathroom stall's loaded on there, and the doors, and we're ready to go to the cabin.
With the yacht loaded, Charlie and Steph cut through the swells back to Volcano Bay to perform a dangerous operation they've never attempted before.
Yep. So we'll be meeting the guys out there. We're gonna do a little transfer. We're gonna radio Dan, and they're gonna bring the Grady White out to meet us.
Sound Choice, this is Volcano Bay, go ahead.
We'll be ready for pickup here in just a minute, Dan.
We're gonna get our stuff together and go get him.
But Dan has a big problem. The Grady White is grounded at low tide.
Got a radio call from Charlie to come down and meet him at the Sound Choice. We come down and find the boat with the tide that's out, and it's beached in here.
Without the Grady White, Charlie has no way to get his building supplies to camp.
Okay, Dan, we're holding.
Putting his cabin build timeline in the crosshairs.
We can try to push. 1, 2, 3.
In Volcano Bay, Charlie Somerville and his daughter Steph are stuck on his yacht half a mile offshore.
We're holding.
His crew are attempting to free the Grady White, which is caught in the bay's low tide.
We can try to push.
Charlie needs it to transfer building supplies for his beachside camp today, or his impossibly tight build schedule falls apart.
Yeah, let's keep digging a little bit, especially along the keel, if you can get back to the keel.
I've never seen it quite tip like this. It's kind of weird.
Well, I think if I can dig some more out on the other side.
While the boat gets dug out, Charlie and Steph wait it out on the bay's high swells.
It's definitely a little rocky out here with us not moving.
Dan, let's...
1, 2, 3.
Push.
One more time, guys.
Here we go.
It's got water flowing in front of it. It'll clear itself now. With the grace of God, we got it back to floating. So, all right.
Just come on over.
Dan and Kirby can finally navigate their way out to the Sound Choice.
Okay, Dan, I'm just gonna have you come over here to our stern, and we'll throw a line to us, and we'll just tie you to the back and just jog a second.
All right, I'll slowly make my way that way. Are you holding good?
We're holding. There you go, curb. Nose forward a little bit, Dan. Perfect.
The transfer is a risky operation and a first for everyone involved.
See, it's gonna be interesting to see how they get that stuff off of that boat.
No, you can stay inside the boat there. There's glass in some of this stuff too, so just be a little bit gentle.
The waves are between 3 and 5 feet high, making balancing a challenge.
Okay, hold on right there.
One slip could put some very expensive equipment at the bottom of the ocean.
This one's the only one that's crated. Okay, watch your hands, Curb. Don't crush them. Okay.
Transfers at sea are probably the most exciting and stressful time.
Dan, these doors are not going to lay on that for like that.
You got thousands of dollars worth of materials, and you're handing them across open water and 5-foot waves.
No, we're caught. Go back.
Caught in the door. Caught in the seat.
In spite of the rough sea, the transfer goes smoothly.
We did it safely. No damage. No boats banged. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. Peace out. $4,000 worth of doors, windows, and showers.
Charlie and Steph can take the yacht back to King Cove for their next charter.
Good job, team.
Team, me and you.
Team. There's no I in team.
Yeah.
While Dan taxis the cargo to Whit and the rest of the build crew.
I'm happy to have a sheet of plywood.
Whit's time in the Aleutians will end before the first guests arrive next week.
We got it all, let's get it rolling.
He's determined to finish the cabin before he leaves. Working with John, he measures, cuts, and installs the frames and doors.
We look like we know what we're doing, almost. John's been just amazing to help out with. He knows his stuff and helps out with all the little thinking things, which sometimes gets a little overwhelming. It's just a constant battle.
Luckily for Whit and John, backup is on the way. It's electrician Justin. What he doesn't know is that the new build supplies are still outside. If the plywood sheets hit the spinning rotors, damage to the chopper and its pilot could be catastrophic.
Hey, John! We gotta put something on it if he's gonna keep landing there. You about had plywood in your rotors. They started flying up. 4 or 5 sheets come in the air and I jumped on the rest of them. All right, I scared this out of me.
It would have been more ideal to sweep the area for anything loose that could get blown around before doing that. Thankfully, Dan came and saved the day.
After narrowly avoiding disaster, Justin gets to work installing the cabin's electrical cables and outlets before they're walled in.
Oh yeah, I have a man of many talents. All of this gets powered from the other building. There's solar panels on the roof, there's a battery bank, and then there's an inverter attached to that. There it is. Finished.
As Justin finishes the electricals, Whit's hot on his tail, fitting plywood sheets to the walls.
We're gonna use this plywood and then use a green treat solution on it, and hopefully it holds up.
As the late summer sun sets, Whit burns the midnight oil, determined to finish the walls. And in the morning, steel panels complete the cabin's rustic look.
Starting to look nice.
But Whit's been thinking about one particular job all season.
I'm gonna get these steps done, and these steps are gonna have some cool railing that's from the stuff we find on the beach.
Driftwood can be found in plentiful supply on the islands.
Look at this piece. Wow. There, that's 8. This piece right here is probably enough for all we would need for posts. That's a huge find right there.
Whit has dreamed about working in the Aleutians for years.
I don't think people have ever walked here. I mean, you forget that you're in places all the time that people maybe have never walked and never been and never seen it. So that's one of the magical parts about this.
Living his dream has been physically and mentally exhausting.
I just need to take a second, man. I think when you just like work for something so much and you just think about that so much and you just put so much focus on it and then it comes to be and so much of it is like what you expected and then so much of it isn't, and it's just really tough to deal with that at times.
Hardest of all, Whit has had to be 3,000 miles from his loved ones.
I feel so fortunate, but I really, really miss my kids. I really miss my friends and family back home, and yeah, it's just overwhelming.
The Aleutian Islands take a heavy toll. No one knows it more than Charlie.
At this point, you're 2,500 miles out in the middle of the Aleutians working, and you got to just suck it up and deal with it.
Despite the hardships, he has no intention of letting his team fail this close to the finish line.
We're just going to get it done, knock this thing out of the park. That's how it's going to be.
Still to come. Over in Larson Bay, Nick Blanco welcomes back his best customers.
We'll be fishing for salmon, halibut, rockfish, lingcod.
We need to pray to the fish gods.
And on Umnak, Pat and Connie dig deep into the island's past.
Everything was buried and hidden by the military.
Thankfully, it helped to defeat not only the Japanese, but Hitler as well.
Umnak Island, near the end of the Aleutian chain. Almost 700 square miles of pristine wilderness, sandwiched between two of planet Earth's most formidable bodies of water.
Umnak Island is situated with the Bering Sea on one side and the Pacific Ocean on the other. The weather is incredible. It's really like being in the eye of the storm, and it's just a wildly beautiful place.
During the summer, warm ocean currents enable vegetation to flourish here, carpeting the island in a verdant sea of grass. In winter, those same currents cover the beaches in seaweed. Perfect year-round feeding for Pat and Connie Harvey's 10,000-strong herd of cattle.
We don't have to feed them through the winter here. Mother Nature does that for us. They eat the kelp on the beach to supplement their diet, and it's 21% protein and micronutrients and all that kind of stuff.
While these cattle can endure Umnak's bitter winter storms, for Pat and Connie and their ranch house, it's a different story.
These buildings are used and abused by Mother Nature. Throughout the winter, this whole window blew out. We have to be very careful in the high wind here. When you're trying to repair things, the wind can grab it and send you flying. Went out to grab a piece of plywood and screw her on outside the window here to close in the back porch from the winter weather.
In the coldest months, temperatures here drop way below freezing, so heating the huge ranch burns a lot of fuel.
Umnak Island is kind of the end, the far end of the supply chain. So if you crucially need something, it has to come in on an airplane or on a boat. So you need to have propane, you need to have diesel, you need to have gasoline. There's so many things to think about because it can cost you a fortune.
The Harveys are selling their multi-million-dollar ranch and know that any buyer will want to cut the cost of winter fuel. Luckily, the island has a hidden supply of coal, and it's directly connected to its extraordinary past.
This was a very large base during World War II, disguised as a fishing cannery operation.
The former base at Fort Glen was one of two built in 1942 on the Aleutian Islands in response to the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
And I think there was 30,000 men and women that were deployed up here.
The year the UMNAC base was built, aircraft stationed here successfully repelled an attack on the naval base at Dutch Harbor, which protected the mainland from invasion.
Thankfully, it helped to defeat not only the Japanese, but Hitler as well. And that took us to where we are today, where we still have North America as a democratic society.
Thousands of tons of coal were shipped here for the war effort. But even after Allied victory, there were fears the fuel could be captured by enemies.
Everything in Fort Glen, when the war was over, was buried and hidden by the military.
They spread it out so that it wasn't available to the enemy if the Japanese did happen to take over.
You can see the layers down here where they buried it. And that's about how thick the seam of coal is. Beautiful coal.
8 decades after it was buried, it's up to mechanic Donovan Judd to dig up this black gold.
The American Corps of Engineers has made a huge commitment to remediate everything that was involved in World War II on these remote islands.
Remediation is the process of returning the land to its original pristine state. And the official plans allow Pat and Connie and any future buyer to retrieve the buried coal for use in the ranch house.
We want that whole blue tote in the back of the Ranger full of this stuff. That'll last a long time for somebody in the house.
Given the cost of shipping fuel to this isolated island, a free supply of coal is a major asset to Pat and Connie.
There's probably a couple of 100 feet by a couple of 100 feet at least, and we just scratched the surface of it.
Waste not, want not. When people come and stay here, they love the big ranch house. They love to sit around the pot-belly stove. It's a very homey experience for people.
As winter approaches, Pat, Connie, and Donovan head back to the ranch with more than a ton of free fuel.
I'll just grab a few nice big pieces and call it a day. I'm a better coal picker than you are, Pat Harvey.
Still to come, ace mechanic Donovan takes on a critical fix.
If we try to choke the stove down, it ends up smoking the whole house out.
And guide Nick Blanco is forced to reveal his secret fishing spot.
I only bring people here for a limited amount of time.
I can't give that much information, though. He'd be throwing me overboard.
On UMNAC Island, cattle ranchers Pat and Connie Harvey, along with mechanic Donovan Judd, are working overtime to prepare the ranch for the freezing and unpredictable Aleutian winter.
There, you should have power there now. Well, we might be able to fix that window too. That one takes 4. Pretty much fixing anything that needs fixing around here. Need a flashlight? Yeah, quick. You know, I feel like we've accomplished a lot. We know where things stand with a bunch of pieces of equipment.
That goes to this side.
One's hot and one's cold.
Yeah.
Donovan has shown that he is up to the challenge on anything. The to-do list has definitely come down a lot.
The list may have come down, but there's still plenty to fix. The most critical item to keep the ranch warm is this old pot-bellied cast iron stove.
We've been using it for 30 years, and people have been using it before us.
The stove started life in a railroad station waiting room in Clarksville, Iowa. But it was moved to Umnak decades ago, and now it's the heart of the ranch, providing life-sustaining warmth.
And it makes such a nice heat, it goes right to your bones as soon as you get in the house. So if you've been out working on a cold, miserable day and come into the Fox Den to that potbelly stove, there's just nothing like it. It's wonderful.
Pat and Connie have secured a season's worth of coal to burn. But right now, it can't be put to use. There's a problem with the stove.
Pat's asked me to take a look at the stove.
With frosty weather due any day, it's up to whiz kid mechanic Donovan to bring the heat.
We run it off of coal. It's still got some life left in it, but it's definitely seen its days.
The old flue pipe has failed and leaks noxious smoke.
Right now, if we try to choke the stove down and get it to burn clean and efficient, then it ends up smoking the whole house out.
Here in Umnak, winter temperatures regularly dip below freezing, and it's dark for up to 16 hours a day. So getting the stove to work is not only vital for Pat and Connie, but for whoever buys the ranch from them.
The stove heats the entire house. It's kind of nice to not freeze when you try to go to the bathroom at night.
Pat recently found a new copper flue to replace the old rusted one. But he can't find the right adapter to connect it to the stove.
I've made adapters before. As you can see, this is a oval to round. So this will be the first for that. See how it goes. We got nothing but time out here.
With the nearest hardware store an 80-mile boat ride away, repurposing old materials here is an essential life skill. And Donovan has found some old corrugated steel, which might do the trick.
I'll hammer this out flat so we can get all the ridges out. Otherwise, if we just, one, it won't turn like it is. And two, if we did get it to turn, you'd have ridges in it and it wouldn't seal. Yeah, this is kind of how they used to make panels for old cars.
Donovan rolls the flattened sheet into a cylinder and shapes it against a simple template of the stove outlet.
I made this with just an old paper towel. You get your hands dirty with some soot and you put it over the system and you draw it out with your finger. Just like an old sketch that you used to do in school. So I cut these teeth all the way around the edge. When you bend it over, it'll keep the metal from losing its shape.
Working metal by hand is just one of the talents Donovan learned growing up in California.
Back home, I would I'd work out of a tiny toolbox and a couple tool bags and get just about anything done. And it's really fun to just figure stuff out by yourself. You know, sometimes you end up impressing yourself too.
With the oval shape formed, Donovan trims the newly made adapter to size. Time to test the fit.
So that's on there tight. Looking good.
Cutting the new top section of the chimney correctly is a one-shot deal.
Didn't have to be precise, but we only got one of these, so if we cut it wrong, and I'm fabricating the whole chimney. About 1 inch long. We'll Oh, 13 and a half.
How you making out, Donovan?
Pretty good. This will be the last step.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Pat has spent 30 seasons here without central heating, so he relies heavily on a fully functioning stove.
You certainly get extremes of chilling cold because it's so wet. So you come in at the end of the day and this thing's all fired up because you've had somebody in the house cooking you a meal. It's just incredible.
With the new adapter and flue assembled, all that's left is to patch any leaky joints in the ancient stove.
After we get this on, it's important that we seal this up. If you close the flue off to try and turn the fire down, then smoke will just start billowing out of any crevice or open crack you got.
Donovan lines the joints with heat-resistant silicone.
I gotta wait about 5 or 10 minutes, and this will actually turn into basically like a rubber coating. And that, once we light the fire, it will burn off, but that'll give me a smooth surface to then run the metal epoxy along it.
He then mixes up the fast-setting metal epoxy, which will act as the permanent seal.
It's basically liquid metal. When it hardens, it turns into regular metal. Well, now we gotta clean up, sweep up, and start the fire. See if we can actually get some flames coming out of this thing. So far, so good. I don't see any smoke. Now we're cooking. Give it about half hour, we'll have this thing warm enough to heat the whole house. Got the stove going, huh?
Looking good, Donovan.
The fire pumping out and everything.
No leaks?
No.
Awesome.
Donovan's fix is a win.
She's definitely got a knack for things. She's a very practical fellow. She's a good setup, and it really makes this house work. Everybody that's ever stayed here really enjoyed this stove.
With the Aleutian winters starting to bite, the ranch's near-endless supply of free coal makes the cozy heat that much warmer.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the tasks that we have to do.
Still to come, wilderness guide Nick Blanco takes his fishing clients to the next level.
The Shelikoff Strait is pretty infamous for some bad weather.
This is combat fishing, all right.
Around 300 miles south of Anchorage sits Larson Bay, where wilderness guide Nick Blanco's dream to rebuild 3 off-grid fishing cabins is inching toward reality.
Oh, okay, yep, that's good.
It looks good up here.
Hardest stovepipe I've ever put in my life.
One by one, jobs are getting completed.
This is awesome. There's gonna be a couple of separate rooms up here. Try to use the space really wisely.
But for every step forward, Nick's bank balance takes 2 steps back. He needs paying clients to keep going.
I'm still in the building stages of everything, so anything that I make just goes right back into the business. So I'm trying to convince people to take a chance, take a trip. I need to sell trips or else I won't be on the water, I won't be working, I won't be making this place work. I love going far, burn lots of gas, you know, and I'd love to help you out.
Take care.
Yep, take care. There's hunting trips, there's fishing trips, there's rivers, there's the ocean. What you're able to come up with is kind of the limits.
Clients Rick and Mike have already experienced Nick's skills as a fishing guide.
And it's fantastic. Non-stop action. The best fishing trip I ever had in my life.
Now they're back for more, and conditions are looking perfect.
Today is a beautiful day. We'll be fishing for salmon, halibut, rockfish, lingcod, and even some tanner crab.
On this trip, Rick and Mike aren't the only paying guests on board. With them is Larson Bay rookie Hagen.
Decided to give it a try and good guys and have a good time.
This morning, Nick opts to leave the shelter of the bay to venture into wilder waters.
That's what it's all about. Putting in work with people to get to places that not many people experience.
The 30-mile trip will guzzle fuel.
The Shelikof Strait is the body of water in between Alaska mainland and the Kodiak Archipelago. And it's pretty infamous for some bad weather.
But Nick knows from experience that the Shelikof is also the best place to fish salmon. Kodiak Island is home to all 5 species of Pacific salmon, but it's coho, known as silvers, that really capture Rick's imagination.
They're quick, really good eating, good fighters. Probably the most sought-after fish out here. People come from a long ways to catch them.
Shoals of silvers move between depths of 10 and 200 feet. Luring them onto the line is part science, part instinct.
There's quite a bit to it. Speed, temperature, relying on the captain's experience.
Nick's fishing sonar system suggests there's a shoal of bait fish below the boat, a sign that the silvers are likely nearby.
Yeah, there's some bait on the bottom there, some salmon above. Downriggers help you get your bait down to where you see the salmon in your sonar. 65 on Rich's side and 60 on Mike's side. The downrigger balls drop to desired depth you want to fish, and then the fishing line clips in to that cable down there. And when the fish hits, it pulls out of the pinching mechanism and you're fighting the fish.
Yep, technology today will spoil you.
The anglers watch and wait. And they wait. Technology, it seems, will only get you so far.
We're gonna be hungry tonight. We need to pray to the fish gods.
After 40 minutes, Nick's gamble on the Shelikof hasn't paid off.
Bite's not on right now. Or at least I haven't put out what they want. Instead of a spoon or a fly, maybe we'll put out a herring.
A change of bait may do the trick.
I'm using a big piece of live bait, try to catch a big fish.
Trying to outsmart a fish is tough.
I'm still hopeful. Got Nick at the wheel.
But this new line of attack still hasn't bagged the boys any salmon.
Some days it's a lot harder than others. Just assume everything's gonna be the same as the day before.
The salmon are getting a break, for now.
Salmon weren't cooperating today, so sometimes it's like that, even though it's hard to deal with.
Nick's down, but far from out. Instead of heading back to the bay, he follows his GPS to an extra special spot in the Shelikof.
I only bring people here for a limited amount of time, but people usually have fun. I was out here with my parents and my son the other day. Found a really good, pretty shallow cod spot.
Well, this is Nick's secret spot. I can't give that much information, though. He'd be throwing me overboard.
To keep the build money coming in, Nick needs to impress on every trip. And this is today's last roll of the dice.
Success. This should be fun. Nick puts us on the hole and it's non-stop.
As quick as it gets. I don't think it even made it to the bottom.
Cod is one of the few fish with no legal restriction on the sportsman's catch.
It's combat fishing, all right. Fishing at its best. Another part of a fantastic day fishing. That's a big one.
All right, maybe one more cod, guys. Probably voted a dozen in the last 10 minutes or so.
Be taking a nap after this.
After the morning's slim pickings, they catch 22 cod in just 12 minutes.
Keep me busy.
Come on, right here. Happy fisherman.
Nick's got one last treat in store. Crab pots he'd laid earlier.
We're crabbing. Happy campers.
Keep that tight. Keep that tight. This is a male. Right here, that's a female.
Females and undersized male snow crabs are released to keep stocks healthy.
That one's right at 5.5.
Yeah.
And that's a pissed off one there. That one's same.
5 1/8.
Yep, same thing. He's just right there, but not quite.
The commercial snow crab catch weighs in at over 40 million pounds per year in Alaska alone.
He's like, man, I got a long ways to go down.
We got a feel it'll be tasty.
This 20-pound box will do Nick and the boys just fine.
And that's a wrap.
You guys are a unit, and you will be rewarded with fresh crab.
Back at Larson Bay Lodge, the day's efforts are being transformed into restaurant-grade fare by Chef Bear Avalos. For the entree, Bear cooks up teriyaki rockfish fillet.
Hopefully it turns out well, and we'll have to see what y'all's opinion on the matter is.
That is really good. Gordon Ramsay would approve.
Hats off to the chef and the guide.
Nick's an awesome guide. Put us on the fish.
Well, we earned this meal today. You get recharged all the time seeing happy people that tell you it's the best fishing charter I ever had. That's pretty cool.
As good as it gets.
The successful day on the ocean has given Nick a much-needed cash injection. Now for the final push on his cabins at Whitney Creek.
There's a lot of work to be done, and there's not a ton of people to do it.
This is life on the edge.
Put your big boy pants on and come and join the fun.
More than 600 miles from Anchorage, the Alaskan Peninsula's Volcano Bay is a secluded wilderness bursting with life. The bay's lagoon is rich in coho, or silver salmon, a trophy for any serious fisher. The salmon swim in their thousands from the Pacific Ocean, upstream to their spawning grounds, in the chilled, gravel-bed rivers below Frosty Peak.
That's what draws us to Volcano Bay. The quality, the untouched resource, and the numbers of fish with no outside disturbance. Because there's just not that many places left in the state where there's no people and the resources haven't been beaten up.
Wilderness guide Charlie Somerville has booked a large fishing group into his new wilderness lodge on the bay. He's promised them a fully functional camp when they arrive later today. There's just one small problem. The cabin's not finished.
Charlie's made some promises about what would be there in terms of like comforts for the people. So we got to make sure that those comforts and those things are there.
Comforts still to finish include the plumbing, the cabin's front decks and stairs, as well as the beds.
I got to make 2 bunks
and one single bed right here where I'm standing.
Let's see what we have for scraps and then kind of go from there. But if you just get the squares, this has to happen no matter what. So.
Right. While Whit and John finish the furniture with leftover lumber,
Gonna have a place to sleep, man. Life is good. Dry, out of the wind. Couldn't ask for any more than that.
Dan gets under the cabin to install the plumbing. And bush pilot and electronics expert Justin rigs up the vital communications equipment. The Volcano Bay camp is 20 miles from the closest communities of Cold Bay or King Cove. To reach either by radio, a long aerial is essential.
A big aerial is going to collect more signal than a small one will. Not only that, but inside the cabin here, there's no line of sight between people down inside the building and the boat. If someone's in trouble and they can't call anyone, chances are they're not going to make it. So, communications is very important. A nice little platform for it. Should withstand hurricane force winds. They'll be able to communicate with the radio inside the helicopter as well as with Charlie in the boat.
With the antenna in place, Justin hooks it up to the electrics.
Testing.
Volcano Bay, radio check from Woodtick. I gotcha.
Now we can finally talk to Charlie when he comes.
The emergency communications are online. But Charlie has specified one more high-tech addition.
We're gonna put a pole in the ground here, and that pole is gonna hold the camera equipment that's gonna be able to scan this area and make sure everything's safe, and it'll be able to see if there's a storm that comes in or whatever.
The webcam will perch at the top of a 20-foot pole the team scavenged from the beach and give Charlie a panoramic view of his camp.
Okay, you guys are good with it? You can actually feel the wind on this thing.
I'd say that's good for a bush build. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's good. This is how I started my career in construction right here. That's not going anywhere.
As far as I'm concerned, I fly the helicopter, so before I come, I can take a look at this with my cell phone, and it's just a weather cam that I can use to kind of look over the visibility, look at the waves and this flag to see what the wind is doing. So this is gonna make my job a lot easier and a lot more predictable.
It's gonna be amazing to see what we get to watch on this thing.
Before Whit's season is up, he has one final driftwood project to complete.
I'm gonna get these steps done, and these steps are gonna have some cool railing that's from the stuff we find on the beach. This post right here kind of looks like a bird's head, or and this is maybe its feather flopped over its head. I think we're all excited to wrap this up, as fun as this adventure's been.
While Whit puts his finishing touches to the steps, Steph arrives to do the same to the inside of the bunkhouse.
I'm getting everything ready because we have 5 clients coming out this afternoon. It looks great. Each room will sleep 3 people, so there's a bunk bed and a regular twin bed, and then doors on each side of the room leading into a bathroom that everyone will share.
With the Somerville seal of approval and the completed stairs, Whit can leave the Aleutians with his head held high.
We've done so much and we've accomplished so much. I can say confidently that myself and all the guys here that helped and worked, and Charlie himself, that we did as much as we possibly could to get this place operational and ready to go. I feel like this is probably one of the best construction jobs I've done. You can see that a lot of people are going to be able to enjoy this.
As the chopper disappears over the horizon, the Grady White appears in the bay with Charlie and the new guests.
I'm ecstatic that we've got the cabin finished. We've got beautiful guest cabins. Everybody's happy. We've got nice, comfortable beds. It's a relief. It's a huge relief that it's done. And we look forward to showing everybody out there some of the great adventures we have coming up.
The adventure starts with the fishing group jumping into the 38-degree water.
Beautiful day.
As if on schedule, the lagoon is teeming with salmon.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That's awesome.
Chrome silvers, fresh out of the ocean. This is what we're here for.
The nicest part of Volcano Bay is we're literally 100 feet from the ocean, and we are catching fresh ocean-run salmon.
Isaac just hooked up with another one. The weather broke, we got a beautiful weather window, and they are just catching fish one after another. This makes it all worth it. Nice job, bud. Thanks, Isaac.
Appreciate it.
Woo! Getting it done at Volcano Bay.
It's so nice.
As the group reaches their limit
Coming in hot.
of 5 salmon each,
Whale sports fans, Volcano Bay.
Charlie's ready to celebrate Volcano Bay's first successful tour with a cookout in the cabin.
Now we're gonna cook up a nice lunch. Oh yeah, that's perfect. If you look at a stored salmon, you look at the fat lines. That's how you can tell if it's wild. See the lines here? There's no big white streaks between them. This is about as fresh as you can get.
The day couldn't have gone any better for Charlie. And it seems his investment in the new cabin has been worth every cent.
Charlie's bragged for years and years that this is the best silver salmon fishing in Alaska. We fish all over the place in Alaska and in different rivers outside of here. It is hands down the best silver fishing in the world.
You can consistently make dreams happen and have people catch their fish and see the bears and the wolves and just have a great experience. And that's why we love it so much and why we've decided to put so much effort into Volcano Bay.
Charlie's season looks like it's all coming together at last. But here, in the cradle of storms,
Charlie.
fortunes can turn as fast as the weather.
I got water. I gotta check something.
You just ruined this boat.
Some days you just can't get a break.
Still to come, on Umnak Island, ranchers Pat and Connie Harvey come eye to eye with some rowdy locals.
What was threatening us?
Taming the rifle. That might be the end of him.
Umnak Island, 700 square miles of volcano-formed wilderness near the end of the Aleutian chain. For the past 150 years, this rugged paradise has been home to some of Alaska's toughest residents. Sometimes these 2,000-pound beasts wander a little too close to Pat and Connie Harvey's ranch house for comfort.
There was a group of young bulls fighting right here, right beside the house. And what they're doing is they're fighting to show their dominance. That's when it can be really dangerous. So you always have to have an escape route or a place of safety that you can get to because they're absolutely wild animals.
So you're witnessing the battleground. They look like 3 or 4-year-olds. And when they get into the breeding season or whatever, whoever wins the fight gets to breed the cows. So that's what they're practicing for.
Pat and Connie's herd is free to roam and breed unchecked all over the island. This has led to a surplus of bulls, making the herd more dangerous.
And right now it's probably 55 to 60% bulls, and the rest are females and calves. And whoever takes over here should try and run the bulls through the slaughterhouse because they don't have any purpose here anymore. We need 10%.
Holy, he's ripping the place apart.
The Harveys are retiring, selling their ranch and herd. Any buyer will want to be able to separate thousands of surplus bulls from the cows and calves. Today, they're heading to the far side of the island to investigate an old World War II runway as a potential site for a corral.
There's the Berryfield runway up there, and because they use so much volcanic ash in the construction of those airstrips, they're a beautiful medium to set up a corral on because cattle churn up the medium that they're standing on and turn it into a quagmire. If you decide to hold cows and calves in the corral and bring all the bulls by themselves up here to the slaughterhouse, you don't have the cows tempting them to start fighting. The bulls would just line out and come right up here. Never be a problem again. Oh, it's another beautiful day on Umnak.
Pat and Connie also need to assess how hard it is for ATVs to reach the site. Joining them on the journey is mechanic Donovan Judd on his first trip into the Umnak wilderness.
We don't really know what we're going to see today, and it all depends on how the weather's been. Apparently, we had some washouts and some roads.
The route to Berryfield Runway is a 20-mile round trip across a landscape carved by millennia of Aleutian winds, rain, and volcanic eruptions.
Go for it, or?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't remember all the details about this road here.
Hopefully we can make it all the way back there, but every creek that you cross, you got to hit it again. And if you go out and it starts raining, and when you come back, the creek that was just barely crossable going out, then turns into a treacherous downpour, and you just can't get it. It looks like the first washout.
The 2-foot-deep creek is flanked by a steep, muddied slope. While Pat thinks their off-road vehicles can make it, Connie's not taking any chances.
I've been in a quad rollover 2 years ago, and I'm not comfortable going up anything where we might flip over. So I'm choosing to walk up here.
As well as assessing the site and route, the journey allows Pat to check on the health of his 10,000 wild cattle.
Mostly cows and calves here. Just about every cow has a calf, and they're fat and sassy and looking good.
There's some bulls over on the hillside there. They're wanting to run across this way, so he wanted to run with them. I don't want to do that. I want them to go by so that we don't end up in their crosshairs.
Oh, we've turned them around. That's unusual.
As the cattle retreat, the mission continues. But just half a mile up the trail, a bull and his cohort of cows are trapped between the hill and Pat's cattle fence. And while the females retreat, the young bull stands his ground.
I'm putting it into Polaris. That bull is threatening us, and I don't trust him.
Well, we got a bull that is getting antsy.
Retreating now shows weakness and could trigger a charge.
Well, Connie's a little worried about this bull.
Pat has left his .30-30 rifle back at the ranch.
Are you okay, honey?
Well, I'm okay. I just don't want him to double back on us.
The team is in a showdown with over 1,000 pounds of feral Aleutian bull. Pat needs to show him who's in charge.
Do you know if there's a gate up there?
There is. And it's open. Let me go get rid of this bull because that's a imminent threat. When we get to this gate, he has other options, and his cows have taken off somewhere, so he'll be trying to find them. As long as he has a way out, he'll take it. Yeah, this bull's moving right along, he's running ahead here. Okay, well, I think we're okay to turn around.
Having won the Battle of Wills, Cowboy Pat heads back to round up Donovan and Connie.
When that bull stopped and was kind of challenging us, she was pretty scared, so that's good. Nothing wrong with being scared. Whoa! Oh. We just got that wire caught up. We didn't see till it was too late and it gets wrapped around your axle.
A length of high-tensile steel wire strewn on the road has stopped Pat's ATV dead.
That's pretty hard to cut. Donovan's little grinder wheel would be ideal for this.
With the corral site still 7 miles away, Pat's Polaris is stranded in the middle of wild cattle country.
You have to certainly have your wits about you and watch out for the cattle. You could do with a rifle.
Still to come, Captain Charlie faces disaster in the open ocean. 650 miles from Anchorage is Cold Bay. This is where 3 generations of the Somerville family call home.
What are we doing, sweetie? Are we gonna go fishing today?
This season, wilderness guide Charlie Somerville has been juggling 2 ambitious projects. Battling storms to build a wilderness cabin at a remote inlet called Volcano Bay.
Tell them that end's gotta go up. What's the other end? I can't!
And trying to fill a luxury yacht he's leased called the Sound Choice with paying guests.
Okay, shut off, shut
Oh man, oh man. Our generator's not working. That's not a good thing.
How close can you hold this?
The challenges of life in the Aleutians threaten both Charlie's business
Get here. Okay, get your tackle box, and we're gonna go down and see if we can't catch something on the dock.
and his family.
My family is the most important thing to me. Between earthquakes we have down here, tsunami warnings, bears, wild animals, you know, everything we do is inherently dangerous.
With the cabin build finally complete, Charlie hopes that the biggest challenges are behind him. So he and his family are taking a mini vacation to see the new cabin and celebrate.
Well, we are headed over to Volcano Bay today. We got the whole family. We're gonna be showing Mom and Steph and Sam and baby the finished product. We got the cabins all done. We got a couple-hour boat ride today in the yacht. We're taking the VIP service.
Charlie also plans to spend the weekend fishing on board the luxury yacht he's chartered. But in the cradle of storms, plans can change quickly.
We got good weather, but you know what they say about the Aleutians, every day that it's calm, it's kind of scary because it's the lull before the storm.
You just never know what the Aleutian weather is going to bring. You know, you have to mentally prepare for the worst. The weather is the wild card.
Charlie knows from experience how important it is to stock up on supplies before venturing into the North Pacific.
It's a great thing about going out to remote areas. You got lots of stuff to dig. Okay, Jack, we'll see you in a couple days.
Yep.
The Sound Choice has had mechanical challenges this season, but has also earned Charlie good money and glowing reviews from guests.
It's been awesome. Couldn't be happier with being out here in Great Alaska and enjoying what Mother Nature has to offer.
He's due to return the $500,000 yacht to its owners in 3 weeks, so this may be the only chance he gets to use it for his family's enjoyment.
We're all fueled up, ready to go. So we're excited. Are you excited, Charlie? Yeah. Okay, we got about a 25-mile trip, 2.5 hours to the promised land.
Charlie heads south, pushing the Sound Choice toward its cruising speed of 10 knots.
Hey, oh! You gonna drive the boat with Papa?
They're almost there.
Almost there, yeah. We're almost there.
While Charlie and his granddaughter are in their element, wife Helen isn't feeling quite so confident.
Third trip out on the boat. One of the trips, the weather was not the best, so there were a couple times that I was a little scared being on the boat.
She loves it when it's nice weather, but she's had an incident when she was younger and nearly drowned, so the water does scare her a little bit, and she's not as comfortable on boats and in the water as I am.
Charlie guides the yacht out of the bay.
Just felt a little bit of vibration in the boat here for a second. I must have hit a kelp patch or something, some seaweed or a floating ball or something. Got to be careful up here because they've got a bunch of crab pots out. The props and the propeller would get wrapped up with 200 feet of crab line. I don't know if the girls are really in the mood to show off their Arctic swimming skills today.
I'm down. Need to swim?
There's crab pots to the right of us, left of us, everywhere.
The patches of kelp and the crab pots are interfering with the ship's depth finders.
Well, what the hell's going on here? It's real shallow here. There's a big rocky point. I can't go in any closer. We're gonna be in the rocks. I don't like to go in under 10 feet of water if I can help it, because you just never know when a big rock's gonna come up.
As Charlie navigates the subsea hazards, Helen's worst fears are realized. The yacht has collided with an unknown object.
You bump the rudder a little bit or the propeller. It's got a little vibration. It's in that left engine. Help, Steph.
Yeah.
Just keep us steering us out.
Yeah.
I got water. I gotta check something.
I think we're gonna be taking on water.
Where's my light? Hand me that. I gotta look in here quick.
An inspection reveals the collision has severely damaged the boat's propulsion and steering systems.
This is where the rudder and the steering and the shaft is. You can probably feel that vibration. We hit the propeller on that floating log or debris, and I think we bent the propeller pretty good.
Charlie also fears the collision may have inflicted more hidden damage below the waterline.
When you hit something that hard where the shaft goes through, make sure we didn't break a seal or a rudder bearing or something that's gonna cause us major heartburn, like start taking on water.
If you have problems out on the water, you're pretty much on your own. There's no C-tow or AAA, like you're on your own.
Where are the other life jackets?
Anytime you hit an underwater object, the best outcome is still going to be bad. It's just how bad, and we don't know yet.
As well as potentially taking on water, the yacht is also becoming increasingly hard to steer.
I keep hearing a banging, almost like something's broke or bent or something's hanging and just like banging.
Tip-tap, tip-tap, tip-tap.
Boat's turning left and I'm at 0 rudder. Okay, Steph, I think we're gonna just shut down the left engine. I think I bent the propeller.
Charlie and his family are now stranded in open ocean on board a severely damaged vessel. With the nearest Coast Guard cutter stationed 500 miles away, he makes an emergency call to his crew at nearby Volcano Bay.
Volcano Bay, Sound Choice.
Good.
Had a little trauma coming over. I hit a sunken log.
Okay.
I bent a rudder or bent the propeller. Yeah, we're a couple miles out.
At this point, we've got weather coming in. We've got an unknown damage to the boat, which can cause further issues. After the initial impact, I knew Helen was visibly shaken and upset, and Stephanie was concerned, and they knew that nothing good was going to come out of this.
Still to come, on Umnak Island,
And end up with a hole in his head.
Pat takes emergency action. And Captain Charlie's day goes from bad to worse.
Now you can see how much more is in there. Feels fresh, which is Florida.
On Umnak Island, toward the end of the Aleutian chain.
So did it stop the machine, or did you just hear it? You
Yeah, it stopped it.
Ranchers the Harveys and mechanic Donovan have hit a series of problems.
Holy.
As they attempt to reach the site of a potential corral for their 10,000-strong herd.
And it's that high tensile, so it's really hard to cut. But your little grinder would whip through that in no time, wouldn't it?
Yep. Going back to get a grinder so we can cut the wire off, so we can continue on our journey, and also get a gun so if we get another testy bull, we can shoot him before he charges us.
While Donovan heads off 3 miles to the ranch to get his toolkit. Pat and Connie dissect their recent standoff with a bull.
Are you okay, honey?
Well, I'm okay. I just don't want him to double back on us.
An experience that reminded Connie of the dangers these huge animals pose.
Sometimes I think what works against you is that you're so comfortable with these cattle that you maybe don't see them the way other people see them. I think you have to have a little bit of fear.
I've seen them. I've been charged and chased too.
Well, that guy was going to charge and chase you.
I appreciate her caution and her trying to make things safe and whatnot, and I'm probably a little too far the other way, but that gets things done too. So anyway, we make a good team. I'm happy to have her around.
I'm glad you're happy to have me around.
Donovan returns with a grinding tool and a cowboy essential.
Here you go, Donovan.
Pat's .30-30 rifle.
You made yourself a sling.
Yep.
Good for you.
Did you put shells in it? Or?
Yeah, and there's nothing in the chamber.
Yeah.
With the right tool for the job, Donovan makes short work of the tangled axle.
Good thing we had 2 vehicles, because we had a way to get home to go get the grinder, which worked out really well.
Oh no, I would have sat here all night with your vice grips. I ain't walking. There we go.
With the ATV wheel freed, the team forge onward, making for the old World War II site Pat plans to use for the new corral. After a few more miles, they reach the center of the island.
This is the path where you can see to the Bering Sea up there. That's Umnak Pass. Pacific down there, and that's the Bering Sea up there. And the runway is pretty much straight up ahead of us here.
Ahead lies the island's northern plains, a cattleman's dream of lush, open grassland. It's here that the thousands of surplus bulls destined for the corral like to gather.
There's a lot of cattle down here. You can see a lot of the grass here is a fescue. This golden panicle head on it here. Some of the best cattle grazing you could find.
With prime organic beef costing $6 per pound. Just a single 1,000-head cattle drive could produce beef worth millions of dollars.
The cattle, their condition's amazing, so that tells you right there that the range that they're on and the grass they're eating is doing the job.
The large number of cattle in this valley highlights how useful a corral on Berryfield Runway would be.
That'd be a super spot to build a satellite corral and infrastructure for working this area and this group of cattle. We're gonna just drift over into those hills, and I'll see if I can find the runways, and then we'll check them out, and then we'll start heading back, probably.
But another bull is blocking their way.
Gonna end up with a hole in his head. Send me the rifle, Connie. This bully's just looking right at us and he won't lay off. Just get behind me. If they don't take their stare off of you and they stand their ground, I'll fire a shot over his head. And if he still doesn't go, that might be the end of him. So that's how it goes. That made him think a little bit harder. I'm trying to figure out where the runways are here. They might be right down here.
Pat's gambling that Berry Field is across this river.
You'd sink out of sight right there.
And he hopes their ATVs can make it.
Donovan's just checking it out to see what the base is like, if it's something we're gonna sink in or something we're gonna stay on top of.
Seems okay.
Maybe we should just go across here. No problem getting across that river.
That was great.
That trail was there, I think, to come up off of it. And then there's a roadway here. And, oh, there it is. It's right there.
Pat, Connie, and Donovan have reached their target destination. 2-mile-long runways known as Berry Field, established here more than 80 years ago.
They leveled all those little hummocks and made that beautiful runway. It's gorgeous. It's a big level area, and it's probably a couple of feet thick in volcanic ash.
A corral on this site will allow the new buyers to easily remove the excess bulls from the herd.
You could sort off all the market bulls and get them over to the slaughterhouse and get them right out of the range so that all this grass could be just used by mostly females. Looks like mission accomplished here. We found the runways. They're in beautiful condition. The road getting over here was pretty navigable, no problem there.
With their season almost at an end, the Harveys are one step closer to getting their operation ready to hand over to a buyer. Still to come, on board the Sound Choice, Charlie's catastrophe at sea puts more than his family in danger.
$50,000 repair bill, rest of my season in shambles.
The waters around the Aleutian Islands are some of the most perilous in North America, concealing a labyrinth of underwater hazards. During a family fishing trip on board a yacht he's leased at great expense for the season.
So we're excited. Are you excited, Charlie? Yeah!
Charlie Somerville has experienced these dangers firsthand.
Charlie, get her life jacket on her now. I think we're gonna be taking on water.
A collision with something hidden beneath a kelp bed.
Help, Steph.
Yeah.
Just keep us steering us out.
Has severely damaged the boat.
Where are the other life jackets?
I keep hearing a banging. The boat's turning left and I'm at 0 rudder. Okay, Steph, I think we're gonna just shut down the left engine. I think I bent the propeller. I'm not 100% sure what we hit. Might have been a giant tree. I'm just not sure, but it was a very traumatic experience. Volcano Bay, Sound Choice.
Volunteer First Mate Tom responds to Charlie's Mayday call.
Just another day in the Aleutians, eh, Charlie?
Oh yeah, we're having more fun than Alaskans should be allowed to have. Living every day, one nightmare at a time, baby. Get the spare pump out and ready.
Yeah.
It's the port engine that's boogered.
With dusk fast approaching and unsure of the extent of the damage, Charlie decides to divert to the nearest safe harbor.
I'm almost thinking we might just go to King Cove tonight, Helen.
Okay.
I just don't want to take the chance of having a problem. The internet's not working now, so I can't get current weather, I can't get updates, I can't do.
Just getting the anchor up, get out of here before it gets any darker. We've got unknown damage to the boat, which can cause further issues, and I don't feel good about staying over here and anchoring up, so we're just gonna turn around and head back to about a 25-mile trip to King Cove, back across the Gulf, and I don't want to take any chances, even though we're gonna be getting in there in the dark.
I'm a little hypersensitive right now because, I mean, I know we hit something hard, and there's shafts and rudders and props, and every time I keep hearing a bang or a click, I'm just getting a little jumpy.
Charlie turns around and heads toward King Cove, right through the shallow kelp bed again.
This is like the most dangerous spot here at this point. And this is where we hit that friggin' log. So it's kind of dangerous driving around here in the dark.
As Charlie navigates through the dusk, there's bad news from Tom.
So you go down into the middle bedroom, your compartment behind it, that's full of water.
Like this much?
With the family now 10 miles from land, Tom thinks water could be leaking into the bilge tanks through a hole in the hull.
There's a compartment behind this collar, and right now the water level is up to the edge, which means that when Charlie hit the tree or log earlier, he did some damage down here.
The sound choice is taking on large amounts of water, and the bilge pump can't keep up.
Feel stress, which is worrying.
The icy cold water is a clear sign of a leak.
Now you can see how much water's in there.
Tom needs to start pumping it out, and quickly.
Shouldn't really be that much water. I mean, this boat is run with something called a wet bilge. But I don't think it's supposed to be that wet. There's like that much water in there.
While Tom fights the water below, Charlie keeps the boat headed for King Cove. But with just one engine, progress is slow. The 20-mile journey takes nearly 4 hours until, finally, lights on the horizon.
Well, it's 11:30 at night, and we are about 3.5 miles from King Cove Harbor. We are limping in on one engine. You can see there's been some boats out, and they're fishing. They've got their nets out, so we got to be a little bit careful. It's been a long day. Everybody's getting tired.
Charlie may have made it to the harbor, but he's not safe yet. He has to navigate through the crowded port in the dark.
Just with one engine, this doesn't steer very good. It's slow speeds.
Shine that spotlight ahead once in a while. Got to get it on the dock here around that corner.
It's now midnight, and after 14 hours at sea, Charlie can secure the vessel, and his family can finally relax.
It's not very much fun, to be honest. Every time I do it, I say I'm not doing it again. Walking all the way down the dock.
No crazy, like, bumping or banging. It was fairly smooth.
You tired? Yeah.
The sound choice may now be secured, but Charlie's nightmare is far from over. As well as potentially massive repair costs, every day the yacht is out of action will lose him vital revenue.
This is disastrous. We can't get this sorted out, like, immediately. It's a huge, huge financial risk. I mean, the worst case scenario is getting put out of business.
The following morning, as a new day dawns over King Cove, Charlie gets his first look at the damaged hull.
There's a little visual inspection here. Well, I'm hoping to find just a little bent rudder and that's what's causing all the vibration, and that we didn't break something. That would be the worst case scenario.
When Charlie reviews the footage, his worst fears are confirmed.
It looks something's like ripped or tore there. It looks like I can see aluminum ripped up. Holy. Oh.
Charlie's season and business face possible ruin.
We're sitting here on the blocks with a $50,000 repair bill and the rest of my season in shambles.
This is life on the edge.
Put your big boy pants on and come and join the fun.
The ocean off the coast of Cold Bay, some 650 miles from Anchorage. 2 weeks ago, wilderness guide Charlie Somerville was on the Sound Choice, the yacht he's leased at huge expense this season.
Okay, we got about a 25-mile trip, 2.5 hours to the promised land.
His plan was to use it for a mini family vacation.
So we're excited. Are you excited, Charlie? Yeah!
But just a few hours into the trip, disaster.
Charlie, get her life jacket on her now.
A collision with a submerged log inflicted severe damage on the yacht's propulsion and steering systems.
Help, Steph. I gotta check something.
You just ruined this boat.
After limping to King Cove Harbor, Charlie gets his first chance to inspect the damage close up. A review of the video reveals it's worse than he feared.
That's the back swim deck. There's the propellers. Yeah, that's the rudder. Ooh, looks like one of the blades is broke off.
As well as damage to the prop and rudder, there's a gash in the hull.
It looks something's like ripped or tore there. It looks like, oh, I can see aluminum ripped up.
Oh, yeah, I see that. At that point, once I saw the extent of the damage, I knew it wasn't going to be a quick fix, and we were going to have to get this boat pulled out to make sure that it doesn't have any water leaks.
Not feeling all that great right now. We got an emergency lift. We got to get the boat pulled out.
Oh, he's in the shaft.
Oh, you're kidding.
Shaft's $1,000.
There's more damage than we thought. Not gonna be a quick one, huh, Charles?
What I'm worried about is the shaft itself with this the alignment. Hold a little bit.
With the boat out of the water, Charlie discovers the damage extends even further.
We've got some fiberglass cracked through. We've got a bent drive shaft. We've got a bent propeller. We've got a smashed stabilizer. So it's pretty extensive. I knew we hit something.
The accident means Charlie will have to cancel several valuable charter trips he's booked with friends and clients from the lower 48.
I've given people my word that this boat will be running charters, and right now, it's not looking so good.
The Sound Choice was a bad choice. That's all I can say.
Charlie believes the rudder, stabilizer, and hull can be fixed within a few days. But the bent propeller shaft has to be replaced with a new, specially manufactured part.
But the shaft has to be measured.
Correct, yeah.
And that's the problem.
There's only one shaft that could potentially work, and that's on the east coast of America. Then it has to be specially custom and lathed in Seattle to get up here.
The manufacturer estimates it will take more than a month to get a replacement prop shaft to King Cove.
This boat is dead in the water. There's too much potential damage done to it. It's time to regroup, come up with an exit strategy, and get out of Dodge.
There's now no escaping canceled bookings, huge repair bills, and thousands of dollars in penalties for the late return of the boat. Financially, this will be devastating for Charlie.
From hero to zero. It's kind of disappointing to let your family down. I took a big risk trying to make this happen, and now the rest of my season is in shambles. The verdict's still out of what the final outcome is going to be, but the best outcome is still going to be bad. It's just how bad, and we don't know yet.
30 years living on the edge in the Aleutians has taught Charlie to tackle adversity head on.
It was a huge financial burden and loss for our family and our business, but you know, this ain't the first time that I've been kicked in the teeth, and it won't be the last.
With no specialist mechanics available, Charlie decides to take on the repairs himself.
There's no actual shop out here. It's just so you have to be self-sufficient. We can sit here and look at it and hope the tundra fairies are gonna come and take it out and the tundra smurfs, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Charlie turns to wildlife guide Jack to help him and volunteer first mate Tom.
There's no mechanics out here that will do. So I basically have been told that if we don't get that shaft out, then it probably won't come out. It'll be sitting here all winter. And it's basically that's the showstopper. It's got to be measured.
As Tom inspects the bent prop shaft,
there's no diagrams on this boat.
He discovers he can't uncouple it from the engine. So he turns to plan B.
What's the verdict?
So the best option to get that thing out,
cut the shaft off?
Is to cut the shaft off from the engine room end and drag that out.
Tom's plan is to cut straight through the shaft so that it can be pulled out of the stern of the yacht.
We have to get this thing out. Failure is not an option.
Spinning at over 6,000 RPM, the angle grinder eats through the 2.5-inch thick shaft.
Oh, we're getting there. Okay, have Jack turn the shaft a little.
Hey, we're getting close.
Done. See, look at that. That's what we're talking about.
Once the shaft has been severed, it's down to Jack and a 7,500-pound bobcat to pull it from its housing.
There you go. Got to call in reinforcements. Captain Jack, come save me. I knew he would. We couldn't have done it without him.
Just had to join the fun. I want you to have all the fun, Charlie.
With the shaft removed, Charlie finally has a reason to feel positive.
We've been here for 4 days fighting it. Finally, we just decided we were going to have to go destructo mode. We got it. We're successful. We're moving on to the next step.
With Charlie putting it all on the line, the fate of the sound choice is out of his hands.
We're going to fight through it, and you know, sometimes good things come out of bad things, and we drive on. We get help from the community, help from our staff, help from our family, and continue on.
Still to come. On Umnak Island, Pat and Connie's big plans hit disaster.
It's a problem that could turn into a huge issue.
And in Larson Bay, Nick Blanco's build team raced to the finish line.
I wish we could be going a little faster, but that's just the way it is.
More than 900 miles from Anchorage sits the volcanic island of Umnak. Home to cattle ranchers Pat and Connie Harvey. After 3 decades, Pat is entering the final week of what could be his last Alaskan season. He and Connie are retiring and selling the ranch.
I've been here for 30 years. I'm just about done, just about worn out.
To help them attract a buyer, ace mechanic Donovan Judd has been getting everything in perfect working order.
Give it a shot.
But there's one nagging problem.
No, we got no water in the sink.
At the start of the season, Pat discovered an immovable blockage of sediment had built up in the pipe supplying the ranch with spring water.
And we're losing pressure on this one for some reason.
A reliable water supply is vital to the ranch. So Pat and Donovan cut the pipe and installed an emergency pump to send water to the ranch directly from the creek.
Okay, primer and fire up.
Just throttle.
Any potential buyer will expect a more permanent solution. So Pat and Donovan have laid a new pipeline that bypasses the blocked section.
Yeah, just straight up like that. That's perfect. Good work, Donovan.
Now, Pat wants to connect this new pipeline to the spring and remove the emergency pump. And he has a plan to stop the sediment building up again when they leave for the winter.
Okay, so Donovan and I are putting together these Ys, and so in the water line, it'll have one of these valves on it. You can leave it during the winter to evacuate any debris or volcanic ash or anything that'll plug the line.
The water pumped from the creek has been a lifesaver. But being open to the elements makes it vulnerable to impurities.
And as you can see, it's beautiful, clear water. But we get the water from up in the spring where it comes right out of the hill, and there's no chance of contamination from the livestock and all that kind of stuff.
Donovan detaches the water pump from the pipe that leads to the ranch.
Ready?
And connects it to the newly laid bypass pipe.
What we're doing here is we're trying to pull water down the hill to fill up the pipe and get rid of any airlock.
After a few seconds, the spring water starts flowing.
We should be able to take the pump offline, and it should just work gravity. Oh, I love it.
That's all air coming out.
Music to my eyes. You guys have no idea the satisfaction I get from seeing that water spurt out of there. You've got to have water to make it work.
All that's left to do is connect the newly fixed spring-fed supply to the pipe leading to the ranch.
So are we ready to put this sucker on there?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Miss Harvey, you got water?
Look at that.
Better than with the gas pump.
That is big. That's amazing.
Finally, one of the most important fixes on Pat and Connie's list is checked off. The couple can now update their realtor, Wayne, on the work they've completed.
So what we've decided to do this morning is to give our realtor, Wayne Cockrell, a call and talk to him about everything that we're doing at the ranch to get it ready for sale.
Morning, Wayne.
There you guys are.
There you are. It's good to see you, old friend.
You guys ready to get home?
Well, we are. We got a lot done. You know, we had incredible luck. We found a young fellow. His name is Donovan, and he has literally 100% fixed every piece of equipment we've put him on.
Wow.
Wayne already has a potential buyer, but they want to know more about the operation.
What kind of shape are the slaughter facilities in? And one of the things that I would love to do would be able to get some updated video.
I can do that.
That would be fantastic.
Okay.
Pat and Connie have invested millions of dollars in the slaughter facilities, so it's a major selling point for the ranch.
If anybody can sell this ranch, it's you.
We're going to get us home.
Thank you, Wayne.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Bye now.
The couple are eager to capitalize on the buyer's interest. Connie wastes no time getting the video of the slaughterhouse. But it's not long before she spots a major problem.
We've gone through everything, and we find that there's a leak in the inspector's office. We've got to fix this leak because it could spread into the roof and the rest of the plant.
With only a few days to go before Pat and Connie leave and winter approaching, the leak in the slaughterhouse must be fixed fast.
It's a small problem now that could turn into a huge issue. So now we've got to stop everything else that we're doing.
On the remote island of Umnak, ranchers Pat and Connie Harvey have a major challenge on their hands. A potential buyer is interested in the ranch and wants to see video footage of their slaughter facility. But Connie has discovered a leak.
And this is supposed to be a USDA pristine prime product for producing food out of here, so we just have to fix it. There's just no other option.
With winter weather on its way, this is an urgent fix.
We're trying to leave in the next few days, so this has to be nailed down so that this plant is left safely with its integrity intact.
The plan is to get up on the roof. First, we gotta knock the tin off, then clean it up a bit, and then we'll throw some more plywood on, and then we'll get the torch out and heat up this tar roofing and spread it out.
Do not fall off that roof.
It's not so much the fall, it's the landing that gets you.
Over time, the harsh Aleutian winds take their toll on buildings.
This stuff's been on here 25 years. Finally, the wind got under this part and damaged the roof. We're taking all this tin off. My trusty tool here, that's my vice grips, number 5s. I've been carrying them on my belt since probably the 90s, I guess. I'm a little slower than Donovan, but we're getting them.
Eagle-eyed Donovan spots the cause of the problem.
They put a screw underneath, and then they put a piece of metal over it so the metal didn't lie flat.
That'll do it. That'll let the water in.
When the old tin is removed, the damage is clear to see.
Well, it's terrible to get moisture in your building. It's hard on the electrical, you know, the plywood itself, everything makes a mess downstairs. Ooh.
Hey, you found the weak spot?
I think I did, yeah. Boy, this is punky here.
The team leave the spongy, water-soaked plywood to dry out in the Aleutian sun. Pat then uses the backhoe to lift the new plywood up onto the roof.
All right, dump it.
That'll work.
Next, Pat and Donovan begin nailing the boards into place.
That's pretty square. This plywood all came from the remediation groups here, and they had a bunch of tents, and they had plywood floors in them, and so we got all the 2x6s and all the plywood when they left. Worked out pretty well. Man, that's beautiful stuff.
Found another weak spot.
Did you?
Yeah, I stepped on it, heard it crack. I was like, whoa.
Despite the occasional lapse in concentration,
What? What happened there?
before long, the new ply is down. And the roof is ready for tar paper.
It needs to go up a little more.
First, we roll it out about 10 feet so we know it's straight. Then we roll it back up.
Okay.
Wanna light it?
Oh, sorry. End of the day, I'm getting kind of stupid.
I'm getting kind of hungry.
Pat and Donovan use a propane torch to melt the sticky underside of the tar paper, which then adheres to the ply.
It's pretty good on there, Donovan.
Yeah.
The fix is complete.
It feels really good to get this looked after on such a beautiful day. Normally it's either blowing 100 miles an hour or raining or both, so we're really lucky.
Connie can now finish recording her video and send it to their potential buyer.
Beautiful. I'll do some video footage and get those over to our realtor.
The couple have reached the end of their season. And thanks to Donovan, have finished the long list of repairs needed to make the ranch ready for sale.
You know, I feel like we've accomplished a lot. There was some more that I would have liked to have done, but we were here for a month and we pretty much were busy every day.
After 30 seasons working in the Aleutian Islands, it's time for Pat and Connie to leave their beloved Umnak Island, perhaps for the last time.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey! What time did that pilot shows up, huh?
Oh, well. It wasn't a good day yesterday, that's for sure.
Oh, it's good to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
You're like a little lifesaver
Hi, Craig.
out here. Oh my gosh.
Good to see you, yeah.
To put the ranch on the market was a really hard decision.
I feel like it's been a pioneering frontier kind of a venture. Satisfied everything beyond my wildest dreams. And it's a pretty cool place.
But we are retirement age. We're trying to figure out a way to spend time with our children and grandchildren that we haven't been able to do as much.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, you're part of the family now, you know that, right?
I love it now just as much as when I first saw it. I'd love to pass that on to some energetic person that can continue the deal and turn it into one of the world's greatest ranches.
Still to come. On Kodiak, Nick Blanco's dream build becomes reality.
It looks like $1 million. It's just a beautiful place.
And Captain Charlie faces possible ruin.
We had a great season, but unfortunately this battle we have lost.
On Kodiak Island's largest fjord lies the tiny settlement of Larsen Bay. For the past 2 months, local tracker and guide Nick Blanco has been transforming 2 beat-up fishing sheds into an off-grid lodge complex for paying clients.
You just gotta stick with it and not give up and be stubborn. I just know one day it'll be a really nice place.
Nick and his team are pushing hard to finish the project before the harsh Alaskan winter sets in.
I have to whip this into shape. We've managed to string together a really good couple of months here and a few blood, sweat, and tears. There's 2 sound cabins. You could take a break for a second here, you know, but not during the summertime. No breaks.
Nick and his team have to press ahead to get these rooms ready to welcome guests from the lower 48.
We'd like to have both the fish house and the cottage finished within the next couple of weeks. The sooner we can get this property finished, the sooner we can start taking out more clients and bringing in more clients over here as well.
But the building materials needed to finish the job don't come cheap. And construction foreman Taylor needs supplies urgently.
Should I grab some PEX over?
Grab all electrical, grab all plumbing you got. Don't be getting any of that expensive. Jesus Christ, you're blowing some money.
Today's job is to install a staircase between the loft and the main living area downstairs. Nick's turning to a nautical solution.
The ship's ladder is a condensed staircase. Saves a lot of space, and that's definitely something that we need to maximize out there.
Getting the angle of the stairs right involves some tricky math. With his supply of lumber running low, Nick knows there's no room for error.
If we get this measurement wrong, we waste a full board, and we can't have too many of those mistakes before we run out. It's hard to replace them here.
Taylor studies Nick's calculations.
Never seen it done like that.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Let's see if it comes out the same.
How do you know that one's right?
Because I just measured it.
If the staircase's angle is too steep, guests will struggle to climb it.
Everybody's not spry like you.
But over the next few hours, the stairs begin to take shape.
Looks pretty good.
While Taylor finishes the stairs, Nick and Charlie get the plywood ready to line the ceilings.
Grab some of these boards, Charlie.
By the time Nick's finished preparing the materials, Taylor is ready to unveil the ship's staircase.
You want to check out the stairs and tell me what you think?
Simple, strong, doesn't take up too much space.
All right,
no blueprints, right? No blueprints.
It's all in our head.
Here.
All in our head.
Nick makes a final run to buy more supplies with the last of his money, leaving Taylor and Charlie to work on without him.
I'm really fortunate to have Taylor and Charlie working with me through the season. They make it a lot more fun and a lot faster.
Nick wants Taylor and Charlie to install the interior walls. They'll be using the free driftwood harvested from local beaches.
Gorgeous stuff.
And milled down to size.
That's the cheapest way I can come up with beautiful wall sheathing. A lot of it's financial, just so happens. It's also probably the nice stuff I can get.
Before the driftwood planks can be fitted to the cabins, rookie carpenter Charlie has to work on them with the planer.
You have to plane the wood because a lot of the wood, when we mill it, it's not every piece is perfect. And I'm pretty new with it. The only woodwork that I have got experience in is just sanding and varnishing on boats.
While Charlie gets to grips with the planer, Taylor selects the highest grade lumber from the pile.
I was just looking for a good piece with, didn't have any cracks or knots, that was real wide. See how nice that is? It's a piece of Douglas fir. It's one of the hardest pines there is.
Driftwood can travel thousands of miles on the North Pacific currents before washing up on Kodiak.
These are all logs that floated up on the beach from, could be all the way down from Washington to Russia, Japan, who knows where it came from.
It's an ideal building material. The pine's long immersion in salt water has stripped it of microbes, making it less likely to rot.
Looks good to me.
Under Taylor's skilled hands, the walls and windowsills begin to take shape.
I'm happy with everything. It's turning out pretty good. I wish we could be going a little faster, but that's just the way it is. Look at that, perfect. Only level thing in the whole place.
Before Taylor can install any more, there's a delay in the production line. The planer is malfunctioning.
It's just getting clogged up really bad. The planer can be fussy. It's just sensitive. You gotta be careful with it, otherwise it jams up.
Former millwright Taylor takes a look and quickly identifies the problem.
The planer blades are dull, so it's due for a changing. They are dull as can be. Let's try this again now with new blades. Gotta cut like a dream. Throw off big giant flakes.
With the planer firing again, Taylor can get back to working on the walls.
A lot of hard to do yet. The faster it gets making money, the better off it is.
Right now, we're finishing up the walls on the first floor, and we should be finished with that by today. And hopefully tomorrow we can get started on all the walls and ceilings on the second floor.
As the inside of the cabin nears completion, Nick arrives with more urgently needed supplies.
Hey, careful with these windows, huh? I'm gonna hand you some windows.
Pretty good load out here. No broken windows.
That's the last one?
The team press on for another week.
Nothing square. All right, it's going up anyways. Yeah, that'll work for me.
Until Nick's wilderness dream has become a reality.
It's just beautiful. All this hard work's paying off. It looks like $1 million. It's just a beautiful place.
8 weeks ago, Nick bet his life savings on these lodges.
This place definitely needs a lot of TLC, that's for sure.
He's faced challenge.
I've never leveled something so big. Oh!
After challenge.
Be really careful where you're stepping up here. This is dangerous. You know what I mean?
Finally, he can look forward to a future where he and his son can reap the rewards of his and his team's hard work.
This is a perfect size for you. This place is coming along so nicely. I'm really proud of it. Proud of Taylor and Charlie and Dan. Proud of myself for following through on stuff. I want to spend a ton of time with Bo out here. I want to be on the water with him for a lot of it, but really look forward to having my son out here again.
Nick bet big on Alaska, and his gamble paid off.
I've never had an off-grid place that could be operated all year round, just with all the comforts of home. How can you beat that?
Still to come.
Oh, the lightning is leaking now. Right here.
Crunch time for Captain Charlie.
This is disastrous. It's a huge, huge hit, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
In King Cove Harbor, Charlie Somerville's guiding business is hanging in the balance. An accident at sea has left him facing thousands of dollars in repairs.
Looks like one of the blades is broke off.
A new propeller shaft could take weeks to arrive.
It's basically shut down by season.
This is disastrous. It's a huge, huge hit, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
To take his mind off the disaster, Charlie's turning to what he loves best, and the reason he's built his life here: the magnificent wildlife of the Aleutian Islands.
You don't get a lot of time to relax and enjoy nature. Today is going to be one of those days, so I'm excited and
looking forward to it.
More bears will come out.
Yeah.
He and his daughter Steph are on the trail of Volcano Bay's world-famous brown bears.
What you think of all these tracks?
Oh, look how big.
Been a lot of bears here. So that's the front pad of a bear, and that's the back foot. That's about an 8-inch pad. So you add an inch, so that makes 9, so that means that's a 9-foot bear.
This 32,000-acre wilderness is home to 150 coastal brown bears who feed in its salmon-rich waters.
Hey, bear.
Some bear poop.
Be fresh. I don't see too many berries in it yet.
I'm touching it.
You gotta feel it. See how fresh it is. See what they've been eating.
Having identified signs of recent bear activity, Charlie uses his years of experience to find a suitable hideout.
Okay, we're gonna sit right in here. Got a great view. I call this lookout point. This is the confluence here, right at Ship's Point, where the river comes.
From here, Charlie and Steph can look out over the full wealth of Volcano Bay's wildlife.
We're gonna honker in and enjoy a few hours of wilderness with peace and quiet and nature. No distractions. Hopefully the bears will start popping out.
The water in the lagoon is teeming with fish. And before too long...
Oh, there's bears right here.
This bear population is one of the most robust anywhere in America.
He's right in the middle of the seagull still.
Just caught a salmon.
The adults can feed on 30 salmon a day and weigh up to 1,500 pounds.
Fairly young bear. You can see it's got the black stockings on the legs. Some adults, the 2- and 3-year-olds down there, you know, they're always nervous. They're always looking over their shoulders. They're looking, you know, what's coming behind them because those bigger bears coming down and bullying them.
It's for scenes like this that visitors from all over America travel to Volcano Bay.
It's a long ways to get out here, but once people get here and they see, this is what it's all about. Just so special.
In the peace of this epic wilderness, Charlie's able to put the stresses of running a business behind him.
The last couple of years, it's been pretty hectic. It's just so nice that we get to spend, you know, half a day together, not with all the distractions.
It is. I have a great dad, and he's taught me a lot of things, and I'm happy that I'm kind of following in his footsteps.
Okay, buddy. Thank you so much for the day.
Love ya.
Love you. Pack up her stuff.
I'll race ya.
Days like this remind Charlie what life is really about and give him the strength never to give up hope.
Today is a monumental day. We've been fighting, we've been scrapping. We didn't know if we were gonna get this thing put back together. We just got the shaft shipped up from Seattle and a new propeller, and we got it put in this morning, just a few minutes ago.
The new prop shaft has arrived 2 weeks ahead of schedule. It means Charlie can return the boat on time and avoid devastating penalty charges. So he wastes no time beginning the journey back to Kodiak.
Well, folks, we are living life on the edge this morning. Got a beautiful, beautiful sunrise, making about 9.5 knots, and it's going along good.
After a challenging 12 weeks at the helm,
Okay, shut off, shut off. Oh, man, oh, man.
So no fishing yet?
We're just trying to find some. Our generator's not working. Oh, man, what a pain in the ass.
Charlie's looking forward, at last, to handing back the keys to the sound choice.
You know what they say about boats and airplanes, the two best days, the day you pick it up and the day you return it. We're 5 miles from the harbor, coming around the last set of buoys, and there's Kodiak City. And I will be glad to get this thing tied up here in a little bit and call it a season.
Charlie's not alone in his daily battle to forge a life in the cradle of storms.
Now this freaking wood is slippery, man.
Whether fighting to build a business in the wild,
Oh man, everything keeps breaking.
surviving on the most westerly cattle ranch in America, or battling the elements to build a dream wilderness cabin.
Tell them that end's gotta go out. Push the other end. I can't push that down.
The Aleutians is the place where hope triumphs over hardship.
One man's dream is another man's nightmare. And I will tell you that Alaska, especially out here in the Aleutian Islands, can cause nightmares. But we usually win the war, and for me, this is the last bastion of freedom.
Today, Charlie has won another battle. He's returning the sound choice to its owner on time and in perfect working order.
I gave you my word I'd have her back.
It's back.
I got her here. She's all fixed, all in one piece. It's an act of God that everything came together.
I know, I was getting worried
there was a week in my life that I had given up.
This Aleutian season is over, leaving Charlie and his fellow islanders to look ahead to another year of freedom and opportunity as they continue to live life on the edge.
We're gonna call it a wrap. It's in the books. Nobody died, no boats on a beach, no insurance claims. It's all good. Finished.